But if you have anything above above 6, down to a lot of like your YouTube account, or your Twitch account, or your Mixer account, or whatever you use. Once again, I do want to mention that I will have that linked in the description below. It's usually what I use whenever I stream because it puts like the chat and your donations and really everything else in the same window, and it's really useful in case you're a beginner streamer. Anyways, go ahead, apply that once you've added your stream key and like you change your service and your server. From there, we can go to the audio tab. There's really not too much special here. You can change like where your sound goes to on your computer. So for me, my sound goes to my headset, so that's what I have selected right here for my desktop audio device. For your mic device, just change that to your microphone, leave your sample rate, leave your channels, all that good stuff, and you should be good to go from there as well. Anyways, from there, if you made any changes, go ahead and apply, and then from there we can move on to the advanced tab. And this is my advanced tab. It's really not anything too special, but in case you guys do want to copy it, definitely go ahead and feel free to do so. I believe the only things you might want to change are make this normal, make this NV12, 601, and then partial. From there, when you hit apply, hit OK, everything
来为我加油吧！
摸内侧 ，team，
期待自己能在需要改变、需要进步的方向去进步吧。
那最后还是有没有兴趣捧一下我们这个盾？
不敢摸，
不敢摸，
比较信邪。
会想起伤心的往事吗？
没摸过，
是吧？
想不起来，想不起来，记忆力比较差。
主要是我往年都很信邪，我没摸，我今年我能摸一摸。
今年慢一点啊！
我不玩的很少，我就摸一下。
摸一下。
对，
他都摸了。
后面什么呀？
后面是往年 TI 所有的夺冠队伍和选手，
都是在后面刻着。
算了，
对，要不你也摸一下？那刚刚盾也摸了，鞋也信了，你们觉得对自己有信心吗？夺冠，或者哪些队伍会是比较强大的对手？
觉得秘密可能是夺冠热门吧。
那你觉得 RNG 真的就直接跳过了吗？
心里是没有跳过的，但是不能说出来。
跳过了。
顶着自己不能奶自己，对吧？这大家都知道。就秘密危机老干爹吧。
好，干净的，谢谢两位。
I really like their little catchphrase, RNG team, or the other catchphrase that they throw.
That's usually me, like when you need something smart to say. Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, usually I don't ask you those.
It's kind of terrifying. I think Grant's actually the smart one on this panel.
Yeah, I saw. Well, originally Dendy was going to be on this panel, and then we got.
Well, Grant will still be the smartest.
Thank you, cuz.
I got your back.
What would your catchphrase be, Kyle?
I don't know. Oh no, not again.
I don't know. Chat. We're gonna double check to see what you guys have to say about what Kyle's catchphrase is. I don't know what mine would be. Probably like something like.
I don't think it's appropriate for this broadcast.
Maybe a cute catchphrase.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't push your luck. I saw backstage, there's this blackboard, right? And just a bunch of fire emojis and then different odds next to our names.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yours are 3-1. I don't know what that means.
See, the only thing I have backstage is actually a whiteboard. Yeah, like a maybe it's an easel, but yeah, definitely.
I think 2-1 now.
Yeah, we can bring that out a little bit later. But let's jump back into talking about these squads here before we actually make our way back to that blackboard and increase any of those numbers. Who do you think has the highest odds to actually take this one down? We talk about recent history a little bit. We say that Alliance should have the edge. Do you think that the fact that we're actually here at TI, you're surrounded by a fan base of your region, do you think that that may come to play?
Well, it's definitely gets into your head. It's a best of one elimination game. Who has more experience? Yeah. Definitely RNG has more experience. Players, I think we're going to see some more cheesy picks here as a 10th pick, especially from Alliance. I'm going to call Storm Spirit as well as a cheesy pick because there's no, if you 10th pick it, you're not going to have any counters for the Storm Spirit, and the Boycott just excels in that.
You're not going to 10th pick it if they take Storm, though. That'll be first, too. They're confident with it. I would be, if I'm Alliance, I want to pick heroes like Timbersaw. It's the, because what's Alliance's biggest issue throughout the year, right? They get the lead, they give it away. It's a BO1. You don't want to have that happen again. I want to see them pick up heroes that not just like when they get a lead, it's cemented easily because, you know, if you're a Timbersaw and you're ahead of a game, you're ahead. You can't die. Like, you can easily press your tempo. Storm Ember, a lot more high risk.
And this was something as well that we did talk about when we were at the minors, and now we're going to have to see if that is going to be an issue they have. They are already taking the stage. Let's see who's going to be able to take the first best of one of the day.
Alliance versus RNG. Game.
Alliance's turn to ban.
Start our best.
Radiant team ban.
DPC.
But
that was a best of 3, and this is a best of 1. And RNG actually did take that first game in that best of 3.
Dire team ban.
Even odd situation on our hands.
This should turn out to be a fun one, right? I think we've been looking at Alliance, and their last few games looked pretty greedy. They tried to run a 5 bristleback, literally, and it kind of blew up in their faces. They've also had a couple ones where they've gone a bit greedy, and I think they've gotten punished a lot for it. So I feel like in this one, at least for me, for Alliance, I don't want them to go so greedy. I think if they do that versus RNG, they're just going to get steamrolled. I think RNG, they...
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
拜托谁去杀了他吧！脸都秀完了！拜托谁去杀了他吧！我的 W， 我的 W。
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Mareska has arrived.
Radiant team pick. The sack. Dire team pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Chums in the...
Dire team banned.
Turn to pick.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team. Radiant team ban.
Storm Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, Radiant team, pick.
Gyrocopter!
You really should prepare for battle.
你气不气？你气不气？你气不气？
10
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the lower bracket where dreams are made and also crushed. Trent, it's all happening right now, man.
Yeah, confident? Was that confidence I saw in Lotus face? It didn't look that confident. I know he's saying that he's very hopeful here, but it's scary stuff. The draft, an Alliance draft, hasn't really been something that has been praised all that much. They've been up, they've been down. They're a tumultuous team. So we'll see if the Animage has their number this time from Monet.
Well, I will say that he was throwing out a couple of last words there to his team as he was leaving the booth, and he did have a smile on his face there at the very least, feeling like they at least got what they wanted. The Quakefa Storm, I mean, this has been truly a classic for them over and over and over again, paired together with that Crystal Maiden. And again, the big thing that we're going to have to watch for in those later stages is where do the Chronos land? They're putting it all on Boxy as quick little stun goes out. RNG picking up 2 of those bounty runs. The rundown for Flyby, trying to find the kill onto the Abba. Can't get first blood. Just barely outside of range, and they do manage to pick it up. Mickey drawing first blood.
Okay. So Alliance able to get that onto their carry, and also versus the offlaner too. So Flyby just not really feeling it at the beginning, and he's gonna have some help from Lonham, but this isn't exactly a threatening lane, right? With like a Leshrac combo here, Leshrac and Abba. I'm not too concerned if I'm playing in that lane versus them.
No, truly not. Not a whole heck of a lot of kill potential.
Till the level starts stacking up, then we have some serious spam and harass. That can be annoying.
Fair enough, yeah. Well, Mickey up there with Insania as well. Insania already out of
I'm worried about that guy down there, though.
Uh-oh. Afu trying to run away. Does look like they're going to continue the pressure onto him, but should be able to just get the walk away. Although Boxy moves for the body block, seeing if they can find the walk-up, but it's not quite going to be there. And Boxy instead is going to be the one taking a couple of pot shots as we get a short little pause there from Afu.
Just got to breathe after that, got a little worried for a second. He's got a couple sound problems there, so...
Well, one thing that I really wanted to touch on, and now that we have this little pause, Boxy has so often for this team been like that stalwart force in the middle of everybody, making the plays on big initiators. And what bigger initiator is it than Void? Like, if I want to put the game all in one player's hands on this team, I feel like it's probably Boxy.
Yeah, it's a dangerous thing, though. We have not seen the Faceless Void in the offlane anymore. Used to have a stable presence there for quite a while, right? And it makes sense, because in the offlane, we like to have the initiators, the team fighters, the guys who scream and yell when they go into battle. But Faceless Void, he needs so much. Feels like he needs a lot of items to be effective here. So Boxy probably going to want a lot of kills here early with Taiga.
No, totally. And I think that there's always these questions, too, of like, are we going to go back to the old days of needing to get aggro and picking up treads? Is he going to go like the Hand of Midas? I feel like that was the classic question that always got asked way back in the Faceless Void days. But the bigger thing, too, is just how do you play around that hero and not get picked off by the anti-mage, particularly on the Storm Spirit? That's going to be one of the big things to watch for in this one.
Yeah, I liked how they were bringing it up on the draft panel at the end there, too. Just this idea of like, yeah, I'd like to see him like push towers and like get Roche. And you start to look at the heroes and you're like, huh, yeah, push towers. There's pretty much Leshrac. Typical Ember draft where you really need someone else that hits towers. At least you have the split push there from RNG in terms of the Anti-Mage. But for the side of Alliance, hitting towers is not necessarily their strong point in this one. And really, objectives overall are going to be a little bit difficult to take. It feels like they got to be bloodthirsty first, and then go back.
That always makes for the best of games, though. I have to say that you get into these situations where suddenly 5 kills happen, one after the other. There's a billion buybacks around a Roche fight or what have you. And that's really, I think, the bread and butter of Alliance drafts, going into the late game and having some crazy stuff happen.
We lost our Norwegians.
There were a few of them in
Taiga, I believe, the first Norwegian player who they were happy to tell us about here.
Yeah.
And they screamed his name as loud as they could, but clearly they went to get some perfect seats to watch their boy play. That's pretty exciting, though. I have to say, we got fans coming from all over here to Shanghai, the lovely international.
Yeah, and I think that it's sort of been a hallmark of this event that no matter where it's held, you get people from all over the world.
It's true. That is the best
There's always
part.
a very large contingent of Chinese fans when it comes to North America, and I have a feeling that as well, there's probably going to be a few of them hanging around there as well. So we are fixing a few technical issues right now. We should be able to hop back into the game very shortly. The other thing that I wanted to talk about here, though, was that it felt like Alliance was kind of constantly getting a little bit of extra love from the crowd. I was a little bit surprised to see that.
Yeah, the crowd has been hot and cold a bit here today. So well, you heard Dove say, right? They like TI winners. You get respect. And I guess that transfers over. You get grandfathered in.
It's just because coming up.
Well, Navi came out, they cheered. That's true. I guess Loda was there, but then Alliance comes out, they cheer quite loudly. I think they got cheered louder than Newbie did.
Yeah, they might have. And Newbie's the Chinese organization.
Obviously, just one of the Chinese teams, just fitting in with the boys, trying to hang out.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that this is going to be one of those years too where you start to see the numbers dwindle down a little bit, and then they're really going to latch onto one particular team. At least for me, that's kind of what it's feeling like. Obviously, some of those Chinese are in the upper bracket, but there's less of the games in the upper bracket, so you start to build these storylines. And RNG and Alliance, to me, feel like both teams that could make a huge run here through the upper bracket or lower bracket. I think that both of them probably were feeling like they maybe should have gotten into that upper bracket.
It's tough. It's tough because it's so close. But thankfully, we're so close back to the game. There she is. And if you forgot, Boxy just spent a lot trying to take down Apu. Apu now salve back up. And Boxy, only 3 tangos left to his name, but Taiga is holding a salve too.
So it does look like a lane setup that we haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of in the group stages leading up to it. Faceless Void and the Dark Willow against AM and Shadow Demon. Kind of interesting draft all along the lines for Royal Never Give Up. They got the double save going on with Shadow Demon and the Abba.
Makes sense when the Void gets picked up so early too, right?
Yeah.
And a hero who he was having a rise in popularity in terms of like the pub scene quite a bit over the past couple weeks, but still hasn't like really propelled fully into the position 1 that maybe some people were expecting after the last few weeks of pubs.
Most definitely.
This is no surprise though, the mid lane. The Quake by Storm Spirit Alliance specialty with the Crystal Maiden. Has tons of trades down there in that bottom lane. The battle of regen. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the timing there. Whoops. Bit of lag. I see a courier.
Oh my goodness.
I see a Leshrac.
Yeah,
and a split earth.
So I think that he does know that this courier is over in this direction. Landon does.
If I had to guess, he was going for a split earth, break some trees, so he can cut in and find this courier. So my assumption currently is that Alliance have not yet seen this Leshrac.
Right. Yeah.
And he's going. They have a feeling that he's in here, but he's going to try and find this courier by cutting some trees.
Okay.
He's got a haste rune too, so he might just get away with it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they are going to be able to get in there and just sneak away that kill. Although they are, they did have a ward
fast though. Like, how do you stop him from just getting it? All right. Will it live or will it die? Take your bets in the chat. Lanham's coming in. Oh, where's Courier? Oh, other tree line there, bud. Okay, now he's out. All right, Courier lives. Congratulations to those who took a chance.
Yeah, they did have that ward there on the high rune, so maybe they spotted that, and that's why they moved back.
That's true. His way on in there, all speedy like.
No. Oh, still looking for some more punches here. Did not manage to buy a bash on the Void against Afu, although the Brambles are brought down. Afu is still walking away though, and going to go for the disruption.
All right,
play. Can he juke it?
Play.
The juke. No.
It's like, do I try the next level, or do I just go for it? And well, he went for it.
Waste their time a little bit more. That's important. So up top, a lane that we haven't really talked about all that much. Continued farm, and Mickey's been able to get a pretty nice time so far, as well as the ABBA, 9-2 versus the 15-2. And with this wave pushing in, should make it a little bit better as well as they start trading off there in the mid. Quakeba right now a little bit ahead of that Ember Spirit.
Yeah, again, this top lane likely to just be rather chill, but it does offer possibilities for London to make rotations. With an Ember in the mid lane, you never know whether there's going to be a Slight, a Bola, and then into a Split Earth and some additional damage. So Flyby, not really someone who needs full assistance all the time, as they will, constant harass between these teams. And that mid lane, again, it's one of those things where it's just, I'm going to farm, you're going to farm, I got a jungle, you got a jungle. Probably going to need some rotations unless you have that like perfect race to 6 moment where one of them's going to go for the kill on the other.
Right, of course.
And Rune's always going to be a big factor too.
Oh, Boxy again, trade hits. Monet thinking about going. Ooh.
Give him the dance.
Taiga's going to make this rotation. See what they can find. The pole being used now. Taiga not quite able to get there with the root to be walked into it. And now the stun coming out, but he is pretty close to his tower. The rotation is coming in with the TP from the Lesh. And as Lanham shows up, that might be the end of the gank.
Yeah, that Eda goes right through that though. Ooh. the juice!
Dodge away, Taiga!
Oh, yeah.
But it's not going to matter, though, as the root comes through and Fairy Fire trying to walk away. Another round of Bramble Mates. He actually gets out. All right.
No way from Norway. Getting out. Yeah, that was... I tried to find something.
You know...
London's back there again. He's like, maybe this time, as Taiga makes the walk too far away from him to grab, though.
Now, a lot of movement towards that mid as Boxy is going to take another couple punches, but still one stick charges and he's bringing in everything. So yeah, the courier was waiting off to the side for him.
That's the stressful one. If I had this courier, wouldn't have died. So he does manage to survive here.
Well, again, Koikva forcing back Afu, and it looks like Bounty Runes will again be tricked off.
Oh,
as Nikke making this move onto Flyby, still bringing him low, but not low enough to find the kill as of yet. The Edict doing a good chunk of damage there onto Nikke, but the bigger damage is now onto Lanham.
Well, he also didn't go for the bounty for this, too.
Oh, another dodge away. Nikke making these plays.
Yeah, very good reads there. Unfortunately for him, the wave is pushing in, so they get the kill, but they won't get the bounty rune. Flyby will take that as a consolation prize and essentially trade Lanham's life for it.
5 minutes in so far, we've got 3 kills to 0. And Alliance feeling pretty good. I mean, as we're going to have to watch and see. Monet just gets the blink back. Do you feel like either side has more pressure going on? Both of them have really good late game teams, it feels like.
I feel like this is just going to be a classic best of one. Maybe someone's going to take care of it in the first 20 or 30 minutes and really have a big lead, but to me, this looks like some game where everyone's going to be very timid, kind of play it back, and we're going the distance.
Going the distance. Well, Afu gets stunned. Box 2, though, in a little bit of trouble, and actually body block to get the disruption. And the banishment comes out. They find the kill. Too many stacks up there, Shadow Poison, and Void just played it a little bit too close.
Yeah, all this action happening here. Not a lot of time for stacks, unfortunately. For the Alliance side is one, of course, that we're going to care about, because they have the Gyrocopter they're trying to get farmed up, and the Storm Spirit's always going to appreciate that too. But Anti-Mage, he's getting great lane farm, much like that Gyrocopter, but of course you'll trade equal farm on an AM than compared to a Gyro, I believe, for that wonderful timing on the Battle Fury.
No, definitely. And then just stay off map, allow other people to make moves for yourself. As they are bringing in Lanham. If they manage to find Disruption, this would be a pretty nice kill setup with the Split Earth after the Disruption. But right now, Alliance still playing underneath their tower, not moving too far forward, and it looks like Lanham will not be able to find a kill with that movement bottom.
Oh, Monet.
Oh, double bash.
Jeez, he went for the triple. I don't know about that one.
That guy needs to go to the casino. He's getting a couple of them there. So yeah, level 6 right now on Monet. Gonna head over to the side of the shrine, pop it there, heal back up, come back into the lane again. And this is, again, the centerpiece of this RNG draft. The Anti-Mage is gonna make it all work for them.
Hey, he's gonna keep Koikva on his toes throughout the entire match. Any Storm Spirit player, that ain't already up to 700 and Mana Pool up to 760. So you know the Mana Void's gonna be rocking. The nuclear explosion that can blow up your whole team.
And the one thing that we haven't really, again, touched on too much, mainly just saying that the lane is going to be a trade-off, is Gyrocopter right now sitting top of the last hits, also top of the net worth, almost 1,000 gold ahead of that Anti-Mage at this point in time in the game, and going for the early drums feels like what that panel was talking about is going to be the case, where he wants to get active very, very early on. So we'll have to watch for that. Mouse doesn't work again. Not great, but see if Afu can get himself back under control here in a second.
It's all right. They got themselves some backups. You know, they're prepared. But so far things relatively even. We're coming up on 8 minutes. Looks like room control. Quick is going to go for the bot, and RNG looking to secure that top rune. Afu wants his mouse in tip-top shape, just in case someone wants to contest him there. Full bottle for Koikva, so would love to have it, but not so much for the regen or anything, but simply so he can make a play. As you heard Blitz say, I want to see him get an early power rune. I want to see him go for a kill. I want to see him pressure the Anti-Mage. I mean, look where he is. He's approaching the lane, or the rune spot closest to the Anti-Mage. This is exactly the play that he wants to go for here. And they also should have the Chrono very soon.
Yeah.
Not quite there, though, yeah. A little unfortunate as they'd love to sync that up just to try and help ensure it.
I mean, we might even see Boxy just try and beat down this creep wave and then the next one that comes afterwards to get that level 6, if there's a good rune that shows up for Storm Spirit. Because obviously finding a kill on that AM at this early stage of the game would be top tier.
Yeah, he can just take his time with the rune, maybe go back to the jungle a little bit, wait. Once he sees that moment with the chrono, that is plenty of time to allow you to TP in. And frankly, they might just bring in the gyrocopter too. The call down is on CD right now for another 35 seconds or so maybe he'll just chill and keep on farming. But call down, chrono, they go pretty well together.
Easy peasy. We will have the restart now as well as we get back into this game. RNG versus Alliance. Able to dodge away from the stun a second time now, and Lanham just going to eat the dirt. Quakefa finds the kill with the Arcane Rune.
Okay, doesn't even need to pop it. Even better. Flyby has returned here. He just went all the way back to Fountain. It's currently holding the level 6, but it's going to put some harass onto Mickey, who is fresh to the region. But Insania, of course, there to help him with the cell.
Well, and again, sort of this weird duality that we got going on in this game. Gyrocopter sitting top of the net worth, feeling like he's strong and in charge. Going to try and build up some of those quick fighting items, it looks like. And maybe they can try and hit this anti-mage before he really starts coming online.
Hey, even better than this, they'll just shrine right up there. So Insania is saying, all right, I think you're good. You head back up top. I'm going to peek mid a little bit, try and get the double stack off for you. And they're going to start trying to propel this storm. All right, we got the in-sync pulls coming out here. Mind you, while they're doing this, the rotation is coming up top with the smoked up supports looking for that disruption in the Split Earth combo.
This could be the big moment right now.
Yeah. All stacks successful, though. They got that.
They got to be really careful about this rotation. Okay, level 7, but Insania's going to run into him.
On Desetsu.
Now, well done here. So they're going to make sure that they don't find the turnaround kill. Although, actually, they're going to turn and see if they can take down Flyby. But this is not going to be a rotation that works out that well. Meanwhile, Quakefa from the low ground hitting onto them. Setsu's here as well. They're in rather deep, but they are going to be able to find the stun. And then the follow-up kill on Suafu. So a trade-off of the 5 positions. That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, even with the Arcane Rune, Quakefa knows that he doesn't have enough to actually make something happen there. He's forced to retreat and go back to these camps, as you saw, like fully stacked up there. Very good stuff here for Quakefa. So he's got a little bit of an edge already on the Ember, but that's going to start to grow here.
Up top, yet again, they find the dive. Setsu going in, has the Aphotic Shield with the Flame Guard going simultaneously, and Boxy shows up, has the Chronosphere available. Does he want to drop it though? He made it. Just outside of range of Mickey.
What?
Boxy the player.
Oh man, Mickey was like a pixel outside of that.
They find the stun disruption to interrupt it, and now Flyby moving in a position, trying to see if they can save a life, but finds the bat afterwards. Boxy chasing forward for this one, gets the stun, the follow-up coming in from Quakefa. He wants to kill him off, and in fact, they're going to be able to likely do it. Oh, the Brambles laid down again afterwards, and Lanham also under fire. 4 go dead. Alliance with the beautiful rotation.
Man, that first chrono is one that you usually don't even count on. You're just like, if I can kill the guy I'm laning against, that's a good chrono. It doesn't tend to be one that saves your position 1, because, you're not playing. Look at the damage he did. This is an off-lane boy. He just kept on bashing people. I mean, you can't ask for anything more out of Boxy in this one. He's done enough.
Absolutely. Well, and you can see now he's caught back up ahead of where the Abaddon was in spite of that laning stage, which went a little bit worse, but the big rotation comes in with that Chronosphere. Now, I will mention that the combination of the Flame Guard and the Aphotic Shield is something that we saw a while ago. Quite strong, is just in maximum survivability and capable of dishing out a ton of damage. Just means that this Ember can go super ham.
Yes, it is a lot of magic damage from Alliance, especially until much later into the game. But at the same time, between the disruptions, the Flame Guard, the Aphotic Shields, there is still an opportunity for Alliance to be able to bring him down with these well-placed chronos from Boxy. But expect Setsu to have an extremely good match.
We see Insania there just throwing out a freezing field, because why not? The Gyrocopter was also helping to clear out the camps while all that was happening. So right now sitting at 4,500 net worth. The thing is, you've got to transition this into objectives afterwards for Alliance.
Yeah, despite all what happened up top, right? I mean, they're the ones who have lost the Tier 1 tower. Their mid-tier ones being hit by Catapult there from RNG, though, so at least they got that going for themselves on Alliance, but they are still down attacking first. Boxy tries to create space in the bottom lane.
Keeping that pressure on. Obviously, very maneuverable hero, capable of escaping if somebody comes down there to mess with him. And it does look like it's going to be Setsu that shows up. Boxy does have Chronosphere back off cooldown in a couple of seconds, but they would need a big rotation to make anything really worth it. And yeah, he's just going to back away.
Dance away.
Dance away.
Yeah, not just back.
How dare I?
Mickey is under vision here. You can see Afu just kind of leeching nearby, looking for a bit of free XP as he sees Alliance clearing things out here. But Insane, he's got 4 sentries, so you can say goodbye to this Observer. Very surprised if he were to miss this one, and there it goes.
Yeah, knowing exactly what was going on, who still wants to soak up some experience, gets level 6 off of it, so we'll have access to his ultimate.
Oh, they've got the purge though, and they're still playing very aggressively with
down
this
bottom.
Abba.
They're looking for Setsu, and they're just going to go for the chrono again. Well played by Boxy, as that one is just going to be a quick and kill. Oh, on the Setsu, no! The turnaround! Are you kidding me? He finds them both, land him! Oh, land him! The fear up top, they find a turn.
It costs, you can see Alliance at the same time in tandem movement. They start going for flyby, and Lano and Aqua are just like, sorry dude, we gotta hit the guy up down bottom. This is all Setsu. You're the Abba. Beautiful save coming out here, and we get essentially the reverse play now from RNG. Oh, saving Private Mickey and saving General Setsu.
God, we can only hope to be as good at Dota when we're as old as Lanham. Actually, we're probably older than him now I'm talking about that. But still, the veteran making it happen on the big stage in the best of 1. And Setsu just going to back out now after the Cursed Crown lands on him. God, you love to see that stuff.
Yeah, and we've kind of evened out here. I mean, kills, don't worry about kills. Early game kills, they mean pretty much nothing these days, guys. It does give you a slight XP lead, I will say that. That just went from like 4K to 2K now for Alliance. But aside from that, we get pretty even on the gold, and we have that Anti-Mage so close to his Battle Fury. But that's a lot of stacks. Yeah. Alliance are very good at this.
Alliance have been super solid about keeping these stacks up, and obviously great heroes to clear through them, to build up that advantage, and obviously also get those supports, the gold that they desperately need. So right now, 1,000 gold lead, and Monet still not quite at his Battle Fury. He's getting close to it.
Yeah, speaking of those farm and stuff, Lennon has an Atos nearly complete. He's only 100 gold away. So trying to maybe catch Koigma off guard this early in the game, also helpful versus maybe this Dark Willow, just setting up for his own Split Earth. Especially when we're skirmishing so much.
Throw out the missile at the start. Koigma is rooted over to the side and doesn't have a big enough mana pool to really join that fight if it were to happen. So yeah, they're going to back out. Well, again, a little bit of a lull as we get ready for the bounty runes. See if there are any fights for them. As already the Abba is set up on the top side. Foxy picks up 1, Monet gets the other, and RNG going to get 3 out of 4.
Yeah, almost looked like Alliance were more so hopeful for the mid runes or something there, but I believe Setsu snagged one up too. So not a whole lot there at the 15-minute mark for the boys on the Dire side, but they're going to smoke up and try and make use of another chrono, as well as take this tower. So we'll see if RNG get the correct read. It looks like Mane is long gone. The guy's already back at his own ancient area, now farming up. Stack, and again, just getting so close to that Battle Fury. Flyby going to keep pressuring into the top, so should be a pretty quick push here from Mickey. They're still deciding to keep everyone else hidden, but RNG, they've kind of figured it out.
But RNG, they're going to make that rotation bottom, it looks like.
Ooh, okay. Maybe Lanham really wants this with the Atos. And that's Taiga.
Breaks it, goes into the Shadow Realm, gets the Curse Crown off as well. Setsu in a little bit of trouble. Boxy could think about chasing for this one, but they're underneath a ward. Gotta be careful. They've already found Koigma. He's disrupted. Boxy needs to make the chrono perfect, and he does it! Yet again, the Terrorize comes out. Boxy making the plays with the insane ulti on top of all of it. He ran into the root. Setsu under control, but do they have enough damage? Boxy turning now on to Setsu, tries to find a kill. Another round of the Sleight of Fist, and they have to back away. Trade off already, but now Mickey, the big bad boss, has shown up. Wants to run down Flyby, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it. The big win in all of this, though, was Storm Spirit able to escape.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. I thought RNG had the saving. I thought it was the Abba and the disruption from the Shadow Demon that's supposed to keep your cores alive, because this purple guy over here seems to keep chronoing everyone to keep them up.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Boxy has been playing his heart out here, going for the early hood as well to keep staying alive that much longer. But yeah, a couple rounds of it, gets it just in time, and Storm Spirit able to escape.
Yeah, a bit of a difficult rotation there for RNG. They're moving at nighttime. You saw their smoke popped, and then he wasn't able to get the first Atos onto the Dark Willow, but it worked out because then he helped lock down Koigma for this, and then Boxy. Take your time, RNG. I can watch this all day.
Very, very impressive showing. Yeah, and a couple of rounds there running into the brambles while it was all happening. Very impressive showing from Alliance, and most definitely Boxy there. And Mickey, you can see, just a little bit late to the party, but still making it work.
Yeah, yes, Boxy! You can just see it. Yeah, stuff. Needed the big save there, but there was a lot of questions about what his build would be, right? On the Faceless Void. The last time we saw the hero, there was like Vlad's and sometimes Blink. Shadowblade was very popular. He's gone for the survivability and that Hood first, and now he's thinking about a Manta because he has to deal with the root from the Ember as well as that Atos now too. So quite a few good options for it. And then really, if you feel like this game's going along, which I have a feeling that they're probably thinking, you're going to get yourself the talents eventually for the mobility too.
All right, well, we do have some information. They are going to be swapping out that computer, but we do still have a lot of things that we can talk about in this match, because to me at least, you look at this series so far, I mean, series, it's best of one, but Boxy
still a
making
series.
plays, that's fair.
Counts.
Yeah, that's fair. Boxy making the big plays. I think that it's a little bit unique that Taiga hasn't been getting as much farm as we've seen on him previously. Sometimes this guy has just been like completely out of control. A little bit more quiet this time.
Yeah, he tends to have like 4, 5, 6 kills or something at this point. I think he's about 300 gold ahead of Insania, which, yeah, that is indeed incredibly rare, but I guess it comes down to the fact that they're just stacking, focusing super heavily on Koikfa and Mickey right now, plus, you know, Boxy needs a little bit more of this game. Boxy, maybe he can be more of like a 3.5 sort of a deal, like you get from like Zai and Yaps or in a lot of games. Not so much on Faceless Void, right? This is not a guy who's like, yeah, I can be budget, I just need level 6. No.
He needs to be able to make those plays, get into that Manta style like we're talking about, and eventually be a damage dealer, because that's the other nice part about picking these types of heroes, and particularly when your supports have a ton of team fight. Like Dark Willow, you were talking about it before TI that you felt like this was going to be the hero of the tournament.
Well,
not to
I have a conspiracy theory.
Like that.
Okay, I have a conspiracy theory. I think Crit stopped picking Dark Willow because he didn't want her to get nerfed.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's my conspiracy theory, because I think this hero's still been super good and very versatile, like several months, but like half the year.
Yeah.
And then like she pops up at tournaments, teams look good with her, and they just stop. I don't know. Yeah, obviously they're kind of pro players. They got to figure it out for the most part. But yeah, I'm down for Alliance. It allows them to play very aggressively in all their lanes. Taiga is phenomenal on it. He always pushes it like right to the limit before he goes for the Shadow Realm. You have team fight control and save by able to use the ultimate with the fear, the terrorize, and then you can also just like roam at level 6 and get kills.
Totally, it's incredibly impressive, and I think the terrorize is probably one of those spells that I don't know if it's underrated if everybody talks about how good it is, but it still might somehow be underrated. Like how insane this spell is.
Yeah, it is a little ridiculous.
I would also like to say that for the anti-mage, this was a hero that I was wondering if it got to the point where people started picking it, like if it fit the meta and what everybody wanted to do, it might just become insanely busted. Because to me, Counterspell just seems insane.
Counterspell is very good. We've seen it in several games versus the Sand King, who's been popping off a lot of this tournament, right? It's just like, oh, you can't burrow strike me, instantly a meta here, pretty good. But this is more the traditional reasoning, right? It's a Storm Spirit.
Right.
It's almost as simple as that, right? I mean, he fits the game for a lot of other reasons, but you can essentially win the whole team fight, if not the game yourself, by blowing up this guy who's so crucial to the enemy team's plans, and you got that like one button press.
That's true.
Again, at the perfect moment.
Well, when you had said, when we were watching the draft while the draft panel was going on, you were like, I can't believe Anne's not banned.
Yeah.
As the crowd is getting into the moment as well a little bit here. I'm sure they're just saying, Loda! Loda! But yeah, I mean, is it really just as much of the case that like against the Storm Spirit, or is there other reasons that hero fits really well here?
Yeah, it was a game that it kind of looked like it was going a little bit long, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have the best lockdown aside from the Chrono. Of course, Chrono's very good. At the same time, you have save. You know, put some faith in your draft.
Yeah.
Right? You have the Chrono, and you can't just be like, oh, let's draft all this save for the Chrono, and then be super concerned about the Chrono. Now you got to say, okay, we solved the Chrono. Let's not worry about it. We'll pick ourselves an Anti-Mage. We'll win some Dota too. It'll be fine.
I can dig it.
That's I think that's what Loda said to them previously. He was like, yo, guys, come on. You know how to, it's Dota, right? Get in there. This is a unique situation, though, because it's not often that you get this time, right? Dota, we all play.
Yeah,
we all know that after a pause, things get weird.
They really do. I think that probably the biggest thing is just if it was like in the middle of a team fight. Thankfully, that's not the case in this one.
Yes, of course.
But the thing that I'm going to really be watching for also is like the panel was talking about needing to get things done with this gyrocopter. Be aggressive. Get in there and fight. He has items to do that. Almost completed the BKB2. Not to get too much into the Dota before we get to watch it again, but like, is that still the plan, do you think? That you need to just make stuff happen before AM gets online, take down all the towers?
Yes and no. I think they have a direction-based hero right now in the Faceless Void, and I think every time that Chrono is up, they should be looking to essentially play aggressively and try and find something there. They definitely do want to be squeezing in, right? I mean, AIM's just starting to kick things in motion there with the Battle Fury. Right. So before he has the Manta, before he has the Batch, before he has the Butterfly and everything, you of course would love to be pressuring into his team. You want to be taking apart his part of the map and trying to slow down his farm.
You know what's so bizarre? I can still hear the chat wheel lines over audio, which is pretty great. Because even in this moment, and I do believe that we're going to be hopping back into that game.
Oh, okay.
Players
if you insist.
They're having a little bit of levity as well as we get into this. Wonderful. So 16 and a half minutes in. 5 to 12, 1,000 gold lead. And again, just to reorient everybody into what happened, there was a very big fight. Boxy was able to save the Storm Spirit with a Chronosphere, and now we're waiting again for that spell to be back up as Setsu's pushing up this top lane.
And we're just about into the Battle Fury. About 300 gold or so here now from Monet. So things looking kind of according to plan for both teams, where we're essentially just waiting on that next Chrono before you're likely to see Alliance do all too much. And meanwhile, Flyby, he's looking to push things a little bit here. Whoa, Dota Plus.
This is what I love about Flyby, and also just Abaddon in general. You're willing to run up there. If you happen to get caught out a little bit, you just got this natural escape mechanism, a Photic Shield if you get rooted, you got your borrowed time if you get caught somewhere. So it's a nice, less stressful hero to play in these stressful times of the lower bracket best of ones.
I mean, he's fishing for a big one here. Really baiting. Chucking some chum in the water, because he's got a couple of chums in the trees next to him. Afu and Lana looking for the setup for the kill, but no one's biting.
Ever since you had a
rough
kid,
day.
You've done way more dad jokes.
It came in the mail, actually, the very next day. It was incredible.
All right, Battle Fury done, 18 minutes. A little bit on the later side, but he also went for a lot of those smaller items beforehand. And Lanham scouting out Taiga here. He's underneath a ward, and there's the reveal of the Eido splitter. Afterwards, chase down. Can they get the kill? I think that the answer is yes. One more hit. There it is.
That EX is just brutal versus the Dark Willow. Maxed out from Lanham. And I did see at the same time, though, Afu was off on the other side of the map getting a triple stack on the Ancients. Because finally he's like, all right, my AIM's got Battle Fury. It's my turn to show Alliance why stacking is good. And Shadow Demon, one of the best in getting those multiple camps at once. He needs this guy to catch up to this Gyrocopter and accelerate way past him.
And he has a lot of time to do it still, as there is still 2 tier 1 towers remaining for Will Never Give Up, the mid as well as up top, which makes the map control for RNG that much more accentuated.
Is going for a little play down here. He's been camping by the wave, hanging out, but Lanham's coming in here too, so just has to be a bit cautious. I think he was just revealed there, so Quickman might want to get out of here. No, he's good.
Well, in the meantime, they also take down the wards, so a little bit of extra vision and security blanket there.
Meanwhile, Monet and Boxy are just laughing and denying in front of each other.
Oh, they have the rotations coming in, though. Got to be careful. Storm Spirit there, as well as the CM gets the Chronos. Has to zip to the other side. Koikla able to catch Monet. Is going to be able to get the kill. Not there in time. They get the kill.
Did he just run over, bash him?
I think that he did. Boxy Dota, man.
All right, well, kill was secured. A bit risky there. I wasn't sure if they were going to finish off Monet. But yeah, he is really feeling it today. At the same time, in the mid lane, Nicky just get a tower, but there's a couple of scary heroes here. It's gonna pop that.
Man, you gotta run, my man, as the chase down comes. The BKB reveal. Are they gonna be there in time? No. Flyby shows up, and now Mickey is BKB wearing off. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's rooted. He's caught. But Koikla shows up. The splitter lands as soon as they come in. Lanham with the double kill.
Had some vision of him coming too, maybe helping a little bit there, but a lot of big necessary turnaround after leaving or losing your Anti-Mage. Jeez, he has really been doing a lot here. 4, 4, and 3. He's been involved in a couple of the deaths, but also 7 of the 8 kills. And when you go Atos/Rack, you better be getting involved here. And he is the push. He's probably the best pusher in this entire game. And we'll help secure that mid tower there with the final hit. Going for a mech for the team too. Man, he is farmed.
He has had a fabulous game so far. As another round comes out, Looks like Taiga is going to be able to escape. Setsu couldn't get any way to interrupt that one, so a nice little getaway there. But yeah, the slow, steady farm of Monet continues to grow. Likewise, the gyrocopter staying ahead. This is something that's probably going to start to fall off as time goes on.
Well, especially, yeah, when they both die like that, it's just, you know, we just stall for a second, but of course, yeah, unless they keep the stacks up like crazy, Monet is likely to start accelerating a little bit faster. The only thing that might slow down Monet is the fact that he has an Ember on his team. Who is someone that can also be on these side lanes at the same time. So maybe you're not getting as much of that, like, one true carry on your team as you often do in anti-mage games.
Yeah, and on the
smoked up down bottom. They want Setsu.
This is a hard kill to get, though. Taiga moves in. They pull him back into the Bramble Maze, terrorize afterward, and that's more than enough damage as Alliance find the pickoff on the Setsu. And again, the thing that's tough about that is Setsu's going for this build, which is very defensive by nature. Yule Scepter drums, and he's still dying.
Yeah, that's not... If you're going for that, you can't be going down. You need those remnants placed back. Have to be thinking defensively, but not quick enough on that one. I mean, that looked like Koikba had an Orchid already.
Yeah.
To be able to get that.
Well, very impressive pickoff there by Alliance. And we need to find some answers now for Royal Never Give Up. Feels like the main answer. Ooh, that's a juicy stack. My goodness.
Okay, well that's one way to keep your gyro in contention here for the top.
Look at this guy. This is going to be a lot of gold. So it's the 11,400 when he starts it all. See what he ends at, if he can even end it in this round.
It's going to take a little bit of time. The guy went BKB first, but it's okay. Yeah. He's heading back to the butterfly after.
On the other side of the map, it looks like there's going to be a smoke up coming from I'll Never Give Up. A lot of the gyro spells will be on cooldown.
Yeah, he is not going to be available unless he like pops the shrine at TP stop.
Oh, Boxy needs to jump, gets away for the moment, and not able to find there with the slight chain. Setsu wants to get Insania, but Boxy's already away. If they get this kill on CM, I think that they're more than happy with the space created as Insania walking, finding the kill.
Man, they were really close to getting Boxy. The Shadow Poison almost caught him at the tree line there.
Oh, Boxy actually still in the jungle, and they're thinking about chasing this guy. Does have time walk available.
Yeah, the follow-up's a little bit difficult for them, though.
So another tower taken by RNG as they clear off that other tier 2 tower.
Oh, I'm a bit worried for Alliance, I have to say. I think that RNG have a bit of a window here. The one big option for them is definitely Koikba, no doubt. He just finished the Orchid, right? So he's 7-2-1. He wants to keep playing aggressively. He wants to try and focus on someone who can't really help themselves. Like the Shadow Demon or the Leshrac, pick them off instantaneously, create a good fight out of that.
But the thing that we have to keep in mind is that Manta Staff just completed as the Orchid is done. And Setsu has a Yule Scepter as well. So Koikba gonna go for the zip TP away play.
And I'm worried, right? Because I think that's his game until he has BKB.
Right.
It is very worrisome.
And there are some other heroes across the map, but Leon could even go for a Guardian Greaves if you wanted to in this game, just to have that spell for the Orchid.
Yeah, I think he's going to. Because definitely the play. Yeah.
He's just that sort of big... Oh, jump forward, silence, pull back in. This is going to be an ulti popped afterwards for Flyby as he's going to get it caught down there, and now the rundown happens after the fact. Flyby in some trouble and is going to hit the ground.
Good grab there, fair. Alliance. It takes a lot to get him. You know, he's trying to play aggressively and try and scout things out there, but that will end up just being a bit of free gold over the side of Alliance and helping Koikba get towards that BKB, which he so desperately needs.
Smoke up coming now as we get close to the bounty room. They have an inkling that Monet might be in the area. Oh god, if he blinks aggressively right now, they have it on him. The chase down coming, but the pull, good counter spell. And that's going to keep Monet from being in too much trouble, and also going to throw the missile back at him, because why not? Are they going to try and go for something when this missile hits?
I think they were hoping to just be set up for the defensive play. Oh, there we go.
Root and jump forward, he gets them!
You always get at least one. That is for sure. Mickey playing it ultra safe with the BKB while he's on the run here, but it's actually running low.
And it's going to be Yule Scepter lift up afterwards. Can they get bodies here to defend Mickey? It's not looking like it so far. Another round of the missile force staff, keeping him alive for now. Insania, he's got to protect this carry, but it's not going to happen in time. Can they do it? Mickey's going to go down, and they're going to take down the CM as well. RNG get free. Can they get anything else in turn for this? The fear is there.
Oh, this is a tight Konos. If you want the Bedlam damage.
Oh, he's got to get it in time, but it's really hard. The bash comes through as well. Time down, but Taiga not able to get in the range for any of the damage. The disruption is there after afterwards. Monet facing forward, Boxy has to jump away, and they can't get anything even with the chrono.
Needed to take their lumps on that one, I think. Trying to go for the return save. Maybe didn't have a full read of the situation. Wasn't aware there were still so many supports in the area. We know they have so many saves for the chrono. You need the full team to make it useful. And what you've done to your team now is you've just put 130 seconds of, yeah, we don't really want to fight.
And as we were talking about, actually as the draft panel was talking about, Blitz was saying that one free kill, you can't afford to give it away to the anti-mage.
I mean, they gave one on the Storm and then one on the Gyro right after. I mean, that's rough for Mickey because he was basically playing it as safe as he could, but he popped it a little bit too early, and they're willing to go right to the steps of your base for the kills.
And showing again the strength of these teams and a little bit of worry on the face of the Young Alliance players. So we get back into the live game right now. Even to find some kills, but again, with all of this save that RNG has, the Orchid's just becoming less and less valuable. It feels like it's going to need to depend upon this Gyrocopter and Void to sync up together for that maximum damage.
Yeah, Mickey. Up to the butterfly at the very least, though, right? So, trying to stay alive versus Anti-Mage, but he does have the Basher fully finished. So he's going to be double luck there, right? First I got to hit him, then I got to bash him. But just a single, one touch can so easily set up for Lanam Setsu to follow up there. And even, I mean, the Shadow even Afu, right? I mean, this guy's up to level 12.
Yeah.
Damage starts coming through there with the Purge.
Well, and it's such a scary thing, too, because for RNG, there's a lot of very easy save. For Alliance, it's kind of a little bit more of a skill game. You have to hit like a crazy chrono that just barely keeps your carry off of the edge of it, or you have to get a Terrorize, which has a little bit of that build-up cast point on it. Neither of which is quite as good. Boxy actually going to try and play a little bit of mind games here with RNG, but they're not falling for it. On the other side of the map completely. In the meantime, though, Quakefoot doing what he can for his team, cutting waves.
But Dire's bottom
and they're still sticking around that top one there. Setsu does make his appearance here as well. Perhaps thinking, seem like, what do you guys think? Can we do this? But some lingering vision from Alliance to spot that Afu's rotating over, so they should have an idea of what's going on. They do have Chrono, though.
Yeah, and a Shadow Blade on Void to boot.
Yep.
Nikkei looking for it. The Atos is there. Split Earth afterwards. Tag it up on the high ground. Throws out the crown.
Jeez, they had no idea how alone he was there for a moment, right? I mean, they can't see. They think that Boxy's surely right here. He could be in the tree line to our left. You never know. But he was falling back a little bit there just for Shadow Blade. Now he's falling all the way back down to the bottom lane. Gonna try and push things out here. Don't see their moment yet. He's gonna Shadow Blade in, but he needs more friends than this. And Koikfa, he's got an Arcane Rune. He might make the big, but no. Lane's out of there.
No, and the potential gank coming his way and able to back out of there in time.
This is a tough part of the game for Boxy, though, right? He just got the Shadow Blade. He wants to make plays, but he has to stay off the map, but he wants to keep farming.
Oh, and they realize that Nikkei is over in the area here. He might have an inkling that they're nearby as well. BKB still available, as Setsu going to try and chase him down, but will not be able to find the pesky Gyrocopter, who is becoming a larger and larger physical damage problem for RNG. And Boxy going to look forward for it, finds Flyby, chasing forward. Do they find an opening? Doesn't look like it. Don't want to use that Chronosphere on just Abdon. Although I feel like it's getting close to the point where, just because of the damage that Lenem does, you might be willing to drop it on him, +1.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, you're also at the point now where the Aetherland's going to be finished. I think it is actually finished. No, not quite yet for Afu, but once you get there, right, you almost feel like you have to Chrono the Shadow Demon, or it's pointless. So he's more likely to be that +1 person. Boxy guarding the bounty run with the Shadow Blade.
Oh my goodness. I'm not really afraid. Oh, jump forward, finds the Chronosphere. It's immediately there onto both of them. One of the save and one of the damage. Can they kill off this Abba, though? Borrow Time's going to come out. Now the walk away. The chase forward coming. Koikfa, good disruption. Going to keep him alive for now, but Flyby also in trouble. Yule Scepter lift up. The Terrorize afterwards. They hit it. Nova Monet able to dodge away from it. They didn't quite get it in time. Koikfa still chasing for 4. Has to be careful about the anti-mage jump forward and finding that Mana Void. It looks like that's going to be the end of the battle.
Another root onto him, but with the cooldown should be fine. Jeez, putting the faith in the team there. Koikfa diving deep. Hit the Invis rune, so a little bit of protection to try and guard himself against the big Mana Void. And those 2 kills That is going to get Alliance into the pit here and feeling confident. They don't have the chrono, but RNG, they don't really see the possibility to fight it, and this is something that they needed so desperately. Again, Blitz the Prophet there, get themselves an Aegis, and maybe this game can go a little bit better for Alliance. It's going to be both the gold as well as the protection of the BKB for Koikfa. They give it to Mickey though.
Interesting.
Koikfa's saying, I'm getting my BKB.
Okay.
We need you.
Triple remnant forward.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Whew.
Trying to force out a BKB there. Kind of interesting, the Faceless Void going all left side talent, so the survivability ones, not even worried about any of the damage. At this point in time in the game, he's mainly that Chronosphere walking.
I mean, that's what he's been picked for too, right?
Yeah. A little bit of time dilation thrown in there, because why not? Fun spell. So 31 minutes in, still 1,000 gold lead, and Trent, as you talked about, very much going the distance is the feel of this game.
I love best ones like this. This is
so
what
good.
you need, right? I don't want some over and done with sort of deal. I want both teams to, I don't need a no rush 20 minutes sort of a deal, which is kind of what we have, where everyone's just getting their items and getting to play their heroes, and who knows who's gonna win. But it is a lot of fun getting to see heroes played at their full potential, right? And seeing the tense moments in these team fights. I mean, how many times have we seen Mickey's face now, where he just looks like so worried on these play games? That's what I want, You gotta enjoy this painfully, but pain comes the big glory of victory.
Oh yeah. Ooh, and Silver Edge is going to be the pickup for the Void after. So if you can manage to get the break onto the Abba and also silence him, then you've got the ability to kill him without ulti going off.
Of course, the AM also would be lovely, but Silver Edge is kind of a weird item for me too, because how often are you gonna be able to actually make use of it? And but you gotta upgrade the slot anyway, right?
Yeah.
Gives a 6-second better cooldown.
So other thing to keep our eyes on here with be done for Koikfa, he's still going to have to worry about that Abyssal Blade that's coming out on the Anti-Mage and is completed at this point in time. So Monet,
he's always one ahead.
Yeah.
Right? Every time Koikfa's like, okay, I figured it out. He's like, oh, now I've got Abyss.
Speaking of being one ahead, jump forward, trying to find it. The Chronosphere, is it going to land? Can they get it in time? He's going to be able to find the back. Jump forward for the kill. They blow up the Faceless Void. No buyback. They can't get back into this fight. They need to escape. Alliance need to run. Mickey going to throw out that missile. Taken down immediately. Setsu finds the root on both of them. Keeping Lenham out of this fight. Mickey going to pop the BKB. He decides he needs to fight right now. And the fear comes out. Able to dodge away from it though. Setsu lives through it. Koikfa trying to turn onto this Ember. Can they kill him off in time though? It's not looking like it's going to happen. And Monet is in the fight as well. They find Mickey and they kill him off through that Aegis. Round 2 in just a second. And I think that this is going to be another death for the Gyrocopter. RNG. Can they do it? Yes, indeedy duty. They came to play. One more because it's going in the books. Taiga goes down as well.
The chase is just absurd once you have the Aghanim Scepter onto the Ember Spirit, as well as the survivability. So hard to bring him down, even those moments where it looks so good. Now pushing towards high ground.
I mean, look at the situation. They don't have buyback from these cores. They do have Chronosphere once they're all up and online, but at this point in time, it's so tough. Good Shadow Realm away. Saving a life for a moment. Stun is on the illusion, so they don't need to be that worried. With Chrono back up again, it feels like this is at the very least one set of racks, but can they go for another?
They do have the Chrono, but they also don't have the most damage. Feels like a safe best of one to beat it back. We'll see what RNG think.
Now Boxy walks in. No! He gets caught with the missile! Boxy's trying to run away. That's so scary right now for Alliance. They have to get out with everybody else. Woo! And the jump comes in long range, but does not want to fully commit on that one. So Alliance do go down a set of racks, and RNG going to take full advantage by clear off these shrines.
Yeah, I like the immediate move from the shrine too. They're not showing any fear because they know the gyro is still down. Alliance, they don't want to take this fight. If they're not taking on their high ground, they're not coming right now until Mickey is going to be returned to us. So get that shrine and make sure that we've secured ourselves possible positioning for that next Roche.
35 minutes, bounty runes to be picked up now as well. And the butterfly completed for Monet.
The guy's almost level 25 as well.
Oh man, that opens up a whole new avenue of pain when you bring down that Mana Void cooldown by 50 seconds.
I hope not, but maybe.
Maybe. Turn back around, the pull coming through, flyby. going to be caught here, but needs to be careful. Help is coming through. Flyby trying to walk away, stunned for the moment. Chase forward for more. Boxy pops the Manta, looking for that Chronosphere, but doesn't drop it yet. He has to use it on Monet. He can't afford to.
He doesn't know where.
Flyby, he's going to go down, as it looks like they have finally caught him out. So Alliance pick up a there in the Ava.
I couldn't quite get the grab on Setsu. And what a timing to do this as well from Alliance. This is huge. This is getting them map presence and control as we're heading in towards that roach. It's still going to be 3 minutes away before the possibility of the spawn, but I mean, this is wards right now. Yeah. This is something you have to take advantage of if you're one of these supports. Unfortunately, I don't think they have any with them. So finally getting in here and not going to be able to leave any structures looking behind. Their one observer they planted is on top of a sentry in the river.
Scary stuff. Boxy jumping forward, wants to find that Chrono, but he gets caught. Is it going to be good? Blandham going to go without having to use the Chrono, it looks like, but the disruption comes. And it looks like the chase away. They're fine for the moment. Boxy backs out, able to escape. Monet's crazy. Comes into the middle of it. Now he's caught. Monet, what have you done? They don't have the ability to save either. They've got him caught. Can they kill him in time? It's so much damage coming out, and he is going to go down. No buyback from the teammates. Flyby also caught. The Alliance, they have to go right now. The buyback comes from the Shadow Demon, and they're trying to see if they can keep this pressure going. Eul Scepter lift up. Are they going to be able to find Setsu here? The root lands, immediately taken off with the Lotus Orb, still getting the chase away, and Boxy trying to find himself a little bit more. Jump forward coming from Koikwa, able to find that kill as well. Buyback coming from the ledge. This is huge for Alliance. Soul Catcher, can they kill these heroes off? Are Alliance going to go in fully for this tier 3?
For themselves, but they're way out of resources. Storm's got nothing left for the tank. He needs some runes. Everyone back and push the lanes. They got a huge win. I can't believe he took the Mana Void cooldown. I really thought he was going to take the magic resistance. It's like all magic this game.
All right.
He really wants to get Koikfa, but they got him.
And look at the swing. 5,700 gold and 9,000 experience. This game has just blown completely wide open. I mean, honestly.
Tiger's going to be level 20 as well. Everything's starting to stack up. Get the Bramble cooldown. Pretty much everyone does. That gets pretty ridiculous, and yeah, he does instantly. Don't even have time to see it pop up there. There we go.
You look at that swing back. Yeah, it was a significant lead for RNG, and now back into the favor, almost there, of Alliance. They're getting closer and closer.
I mean, they're still down to racks.
Yes.
So RNG,
oh my God, look at that graph.
They gotta relax. All right, think about it. Listen, we saw very good heroes. We have good matchups here. We're not far behind really, but you can see that it's not just like whatever the swing is in the team fight, right? That's not actually the true goal, because what ends up happening is that Animage just died for 70 seconds, which means he wasn't touching lanes. So you're getting control over to Alliance. He's not touching any camps. He's not gaining any gold. So you get way more out of it than what you see in a team fight recap.
Well, Monet probably going to be a little bit more trepidatious with his jumps forward, as they did.
He managed to find himself like the only place he couldn't be saved. And off, we're going to keep himself a little bit closer to his boy now.
And Boxy to be able to get that Chronos.
They are really close though. That's a little nerve-wracking.
Boxy, he's right nearby. Got to be careful, Chronos up.
And they have an Observer Sentry combo here in the mid lane.
Yeah, so they realize that Boxy's there in Biz, and they're going to play it safe now. Back out afterwards. But yeah, the ability to get that Chronosphere off without catching any of his teammates either.
And putting it so far back behind Monet too, right? That's always a good sign of a quality Void player, is that they're putting their opponent right on the peak edges to help protect against those heroes they're trying to save. Of course, the Universe Classic.
MKB coming out for Gyrocopter after the Satanic. I mean, he's getting big. He's getting real big. Alliance getting the items that they need. And there always is this factor that comes about with anti-mage drafts sometimes where he eventually does top out. How close do you think we're getting to that point where it's starting to become more difficult?
He's got room to grow, right? He's got a Wraith Band in there. Gonna be working with some mages and stuff. I mean, Gyro as well, as you're saying, it's kind of reaching that same point too, but I'm looking beyond those two because, you know, those guys are the story of the whole game. So the question is, what is everyone else in your team doing? How are they growing from there? And to me, I'm looking at how, like, Taiga can just have such a big impact in these team fights now, right? Like, one Terrorize catching out someone who didn't pop their BKB or someone who doesn't have one yet still, like Setsu, because he is saving buyback, perhaps after seeing what happened to Monet, to ensure his team. And there we go. So does he have enough for the buyback? No, he doesn't, actually. So Yeah, he's got 350 gold.
That's 100 gold away. He'll be there.
All right, he got some more. We'll be fine.
But getting ready for that next Roche fight, and as you can see on that timer, about a minute away before it will respawn.
Oh, I see Boxy's opted back for the BKB in his quick buy. Very curious. He was looking at Lincoln's after he got Abyssal twice. But there we go. He buys out now.
Oh my goodness.
On the Faceless Void, all or nothing on this next team fight. Buybacks for the Dire. It is only Koikva, and no one is particularly close. Maybe Insania is going to have one. So if we get a Roche engagement, Alliance aren't coming back. They don't have the Shrine though, right? So they know that they can't be there in time. It's more likely you're going to be valuable with this BKB rather than your buyback, because it's going to take you forever to get back into this fight.
Separated a little bit, but Monet is on the low ground. And do they decide to go for it?
Oh god.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
There's no friends for the damage. It's who you want. You will bring them down. You can't see the saving graces afterwards. So pick the right moment, Alliance. You might only get one.
41 minutes in and Roche has respawned. Round 2 for this one. Cheese will be there as well. And with a 2,000 gold lead but no shrine, it does feel like RNG is going to be the team that will be more favored in this. And as you mentioned, Alliance trying to make up for that by getting those valuable items early and often. Now Alliance, they're actually just walking in. And Lanham sees this. Boxy is nearby. Oh, Monet.
That was instant.
They have the missile. They know Boxy jumps forward, gets the catch on a both. That's the save hero. But no, the disruption, the secondary save is there afterwards. They have the long duration terrorize, jumping forward, trying to find the kill. Can they bring him down in time? The pullback comes, and they bring him down. Buyback comes from Monet, though. They gotta be careful.
They're out of everything.
Gotta run, gotta hide, gotta see if they can escape, but it won't happen for at least the Dark Willow, and looking like Insania is also in the grave. The RNG take control of this map with the buyback coming from Monet.
The ultimate counter.
Oh, they found it! The missile blade, they got a 20, he's out of mana! Gyrocopter in trouble, is he able to escape? But maybe not so lucky for Mickey. He's trying to get out of here. Satanic has already popped, everything has already been used. Quickly trying to find some space for his carry. Is it gonna happen? He's not getting out of the run!
Woo! Setsu!
And RNG feeling the moment coming around them. It's only the Storm Spear and the Void. They're going straight for the tier 4 towers. Boxy does not have anything left in the tank. They have to make miracles happen. They want to keep their TI run alive, but it's looking like RNG are going to be able to do it as they run for the tier 4 towers and making this crowd happy. Crystal Maiden is back up again, but they need everything and a little bit more. Alliance still trying to hold on, but RNG GG is going to be called as they take it.
43 minutes into the game, we have ourselves a match where it's not really they had their chance, right? They had their game plan, things started to come online. Obviously the disappointment here for Alliance, but you have to be proud of how far you've made it in this tournament. It's brutal. It's the best Dota teams of the year, but RNG proved that they want more.
They do. Well, and as you said, it's always, you know, the highs and the lows, no matter what in this tournament. It's really just a story of human nature, if you will. It's at this point, somebody has to lose, and today it was Alliance's turn. But still a lot of things to be proud of for Alliance, and RNG going to get the love of the crowd here.
RNG is a team who a lot of people were quite scared of. We heard players talking about scrims, maybe just like, these guys are good. Absolutely. They tend to keep winning things. So expected further perhaps in the first round of the lower bracket, and they say yes. Never give up.
Never give up indeed. And as we mentioned, Alliance going to be knocked out at this point in time, but a lot to be proud of in there as we get ready to continue on in the best of ones here in the lower bracket. Gonna head back to the desk.
Yeah, for sure. It just felt like Alliance, you know, they had that one chance, they had the big team fight, but you blow all those cooldowns, you do all that, and RNG, I mean, they're just AM. They're just running at you. They have Lan M played like a god early game. He carried them pretty much throughout the first 20 minutes, and I mean, RNG just looked like the better team.
Yeah, and now we're going to take a look at the bracket and actually see where everybody will sit. And this bracket really starting to come along. We've sent 3 teams home now. We got 3 more best of ones as well. 3 Illuminati. But taking a look, it's going to be Fnatic versus Liquid coming up next.
That was some quick maths right there.
Yeah, that's some of my math. I typically don't do math, but
yeah, I'm with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't have Nahaz on this panel, so I got to pick up the slack a little bit. But it really is, especially when we look at this next best of one. Like, are you kidding me? Look at this matchup. This is so crazy to kick off the day. I do want to say one more time before we talk about the feat that RNG was able to pull off. Shout out to Alliance and everything that they accomplished. I mean, for this org, this is the first time that they've gotten to play on that TI stage since we had that original 5. Yeah. It's been a long road for them. Even in my time in Dota, which is back in January where it really started, I've seen this team grow, right? Yeah. So this is definitely a team that we want to give some props to. But let's talk about RNG. Obviously, they have the fans behind them. It's been a rough road so far for EU in this tournament. But you look at China, they got a lot of wind in their sails.
Oh, for sure. I just, looking forward, I just can't help but feel for Alliance. Like, I've known these guys for 5-6 years. They worked so hard to get here. They beat Gambit in that epic series at Epicenter just to make it through the direct invitation. They had an incredible tough time playing in Europe when they were, you know, so many juggernauts keeping them out of these tournaments. And I just hope they hold their heads up high, because really this was a great year for them. It's a shame that there'll always be an asterisk, but
there's always that heartbreak, but also we do have to look at the bright side of this. We're going to see RNG moving forward, and luckily we're going to get to hear some words from them. We got Casey down on the floor.
Lanham here, congratulations. One of the first things that I heard was when you left the pods, the crowd went wild. You are obviously a god in the Dota community. Can you just describe what that feels like to be able to play in front of your home crowd and to be able to hear their love for you?
刚刚你出比赛房的时候，全场欢呼，所以你是他们的大神。作为他们的大神，在自己的本场打比赛，有什么感想？
大神谈不上吧，就是打得比较久，然后就认识人比较多嘛，就这样。然后在主场打比赛还是就是能得到现场观众的支持，然后相反的就是你也会就是很不想输掉这场比赛。
Well, I wouldn't call myself a god. It's just that I played a long time, so I know a few people. Playing in the home field, I definitely get a lot of support, but it also makes me not want to lose the game.
I also think what's so interesting is we now have veteran Dota players who have been around a long time, and there's a mutual respect. So you were playing against Alliance, which as a team has been around a long time. Loda is their coach and won TI3 with them. Can you talk a little bit about how that is a good representation, perhaps, of the Dota community all coming together for TI and what that means?
其实我们就是这个比赛，这个德塔圈有很多老将，然后互相之间也有很多的尊重。你的对手 Alliance 是有 Loda 做教练，但是他为了这队伍在 TI3获得了冠军。能不能跟我们说一下，这是什么样的好例子？作为整个德塔圈为了 TI 而来到聚在一起。
我觉得就是其实我们这些打得比较久的选手都互相就是之间都很尊重的，就是因为比较熟嘛，我们见面都会有打招呼啊、鞠躬啊这些，就是比较亲近的礼仪。其实这我觉得是一个怎么说呢？大家打得久了，虽然都经常当对手，但是慢慢变成朋友了。我觉得有一点每次打到 TI 的时候就有点老朋友聚会的感觉。
For us veteran players, since we've played together for so long, it feels like we're friends. And every TI we get together, we'll greet each other. And even though we've been opponents for a very long time, it makes me feel like we've become friends. So every TI is kind of like a gathering of old friends.
Well, congratulations, and we can't wait to see you guys play again tomorrow versus VP. And again, this is why TI is so exciting. You come in from the China qualifiers. Last time we had a team come in from a qualifier, they ended up TI champion.
This was your first TI, and I'm sure it will not be your last. I think
I don't know if you want
even
to
along the way,
that.
this
Maybe just
entire year,
paraphrase.
you guys
Sorry.
have made so many new fans.
Excited.
And I know you just apologized to them, but they have been cheering for you, and I think that they will continue cheering for you as well. Do you have anything else to say to them?
你们上一次海选打进 TI 的队伍赢了 TI， 所以你们还是很大的机会。
这个就你只要不放弃，然后就是你不断的进步自己，一切是都有可能的。
Well, thank you very much.
As long as you don't give up and you improve yourself, everything is possible.
Thank you so much. 谢谢, we really appreciate it. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much for that. Obviously, here a big theme is going to be respect. The people that we're going to check in on right now, we obviously have a lot on yourself, but in a moment like that, definitely being very humble.
Yeah, thank you so much,
How easy is it to kind of grab?
You said you had a story.
How easy is it to kind of grab on those little things
while we were
and blow them
drafting,
out?
I got no
when it
words
came
for
to
that
the
one.
last plan, and the reason that we didn't ban anything was we
had experience.
the same
making a
second that
mistake
I think
of
the
a similar
timer ran
caliber.
out, I clicked Banjaro, and we ended up picking it instead. And I don't know if there's footage from the booth, but you could see on our faces, or mine especially, like I was so surprised when the gyro icon popped up as our pick. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the story.
They could have maybe adapt, improvise, overcome, but in this kind of situation where you already have your setup lanes, they were forced to play an off-lane Void, which was not the great. It did good, but overall, it's not the way you want to end.
It definitely isn't, and that is going to really go with the theme of today, right? The rest of the day, it's nothing but best of ones. So any mistakes that do happen, that's it. That's what you have to live with, or you're getting sent home from TI. We're going to have 3 more eliminations. We're going to change up the pace a little bit, though, as we do head into the next best of one. We're going to relax a little bit, and we're going to watch Kuroki get a massage.
I have my notes.
Okay.
Do the notes ever scare you when the notes come out? Is it like, what the heck have they...
You're the only one who has notes. So
What?
Yeah,
Is that good or bad?
I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, everybody I talk to says you're one of the most relaxed players that they've ever seen. Would you agree with that? Or do you feel like you just hide it really well when you get stressed?
It's going to be such a tough matchup here. Only one of these teams going to be able to move forward into the loser's bracket, and the crowd definitely responding well to the lineup of Fnatic. And I do want to start talking about this matchup in particular. Lacoste, I've already said this isn't one you expect to see this early. What do you think of these two teams?
Well, definitely Liquid at the end of the season looked good. They swapped Matu for B. At one point, they looked like they are the team that can end up in the winner's bracket for sure. But when you saw them at the group stage, it felt a little bit tough, though.
And now to actually talk about their opponents a little bit more, to talk about Fnatic, we have an interview with Casey.
DJ, hello. Welcome to the Couch of Pain.
Hello?
I'll start with a really easy, positive question. Okay. Do you all enjoy playing with each other? Who are the Dota players that you admired before becoming a pro yourself?
I didn't understand the question.
Who are the professional?
Who's your idol? Oh, who's my idol? My idol is Dubu. He's the best. Yeah. When I met him first time, it was great. He gave me a lot of impression. Yeah.
Meeting yourself?
Not myself. I said Dubu. Yeah, he's the best player. Was that the question? Player that who, like idol player you before you become a pro player. It's fine. Next question.
So a lot of teams struggle with a post-TI hangover, but 4 weeks after TI 8, you turned around as a team and placed first in a qualifier for a Kuala Lumpur major. How were you able to do that?
This is not positive question.
How is it not positive? You were able to...
Yeah, and then we understand each other well.
Who would you most like to face in the grand final?
TM. Oh, that's a good answer. That is a good answer. It sounds fun. I go with Team C2. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Any positive answer? Question?
We've had positive questions. We started with positive questions.
That's not a positive question.
What?
That sounds like just mediocre question. It's not positive, it's not negative. And then right after that, boom, negative question.
What was that?
Pretend positive.
It's a positive question sandwich.
Okay.
What kind of a positive question would you rather me ask?
I don't know. Maybe like why your wife is so pretty, or like why you're having such good life, stuff like that.
Okay. Why is your wife so pretty?
She's just pretty. Yeah, I love her. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh man, I can relate. I can really relate to that that vibe. That's like every conversation I've ever had with Sin. Just like that's not a very good question. Sin, just trying to get. That was a lot of fun getting to hear that. Now we're really getting close to the action getting started here on the main stage. We're getting to hear a lot from these players, but I really do want to hear from you guys just a little bit more as to what you think is going to happen when we actually get down into the game.
After TI, I'm making a team with Dubu. This PMA can't get triggered. This is the guy that you want to play with. It's something else. You could hear him in his voice. He's not going to get tilted.
I think it's a really important attitude to have in a BO1, right? Yeah. You can see even Ice as he walks out onto the stage, goofing around, like trying to have a go at the camera.
I will say, I am single, so I wouldn't know, but I feel like maybe the fact that they have pretty lives might help them.
Yeah, they could. I don't know how you're looking at me. I definitely don't have one. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, we're all. No, Acosta's actually letting you know, right?
Nah, I'm not there yet. No. Halfway there.
No, man, we're all single. Why'd you wink at me? Oh my goodness. Bigger Chad than Ogre here in the middle of us in Dominic. But what do you actually think about this matchup? Yeah, we obviously hear Dominic talk about some of the metals that these players are made of, but what do you actually think about how the head-to-head matchup will play out?
I think the biggest one, you go back, like Abed for a long time, for like a year or two, people thought he was up there, like at the top with Sumail and Miracle for a little bit. You know?
Yeah, Reddit thought that. What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, I thought Abed. I still think he's a great player.
That doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Reddit's usually pretty accurate. What, you don't think so?
Hey, that's your opinion.
Can't wait to see the Reddit thread about Kyle.
No, I think the craziest thing is it's Abed versus Weehaw, right? We just heard Croaky say, I wanted a pure middle player, and Weehaw, this dude has been spamming middle heroes. He is the pure mid heroes.
Funniest anecdote, the other day, it was like 7:30. I ran in, I had to get my room key because I was losing, and Wee's mom was next to me, right? She was trying to meet Wee, and she was supposed to meet him at 7:30. She's like, hey, do you know where he is? And she recognized him. Anyway, guess where he is? Huddled around Kuro in the practice room watching a replay.
Slow down there.
What? What?
Wait, keep going.
What? Rich, stop that, okay? I was trying to help her. Point is, Weehaw forgot his mom because Kuro had him watching replays. They were in like hour 47. That's all.
You don't want to be eliminated.
That's a great point, Kyle. It really is.
My point is they work hard, okay? Yeah. Kuro, they boot camped for like 3 weeks in Europe before this tournament. Yeah. Then they came to China to boot camp for another 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. I think by far had the most practice of any team coming into this event, and they're in a BO1. I don't think anyone expected that.
Yeah, I think that there obviously have been kind of a lot of things that they didn't necessarily expect to happen. I mean, even with RNG being one of the teams that's in this ones, I think that you were one of the ones that was really saying this was a team that looked strong as well. And now when we look at this matchup, none of these teams are teams that you expected in this one. But I want to talk about the particular head-to-head matchup. You already started to throw this under the microscope, and I kind of want to ask you, really in the first panel, really starting to talk about different players that we want to look at that head-to-head matchup. Who are you looking at?
Probably the offlaners. I think Mind Control had by far like the worst tournament I've ever seen in play. Like when Liquid won TI7, they unanimously as a group said Mind Control is their best player. Yeah, and he honestly was phenomenal. Whereas thus far he's looked mortal in this tournament, and I think it's a big part of the reason they've slipped a little.
That is a very important thing to keep in mind, actually start to talk about these matchups, but now we don't have to talk anymore. The matchup is about to get started. Let's see who will survive in TI.
Fnatic versus Team Liquid. Game 1.
And the best of ones continue. That's right, Fnatic versus Team Liquid. The TI7 champs are now in the lower bracket in a best of one against a very scary Southeast Asian team in Fnatic. Fought. What are your thoughts about just being able to see this matchup in just one game?
I don't think anybody would have expected this to be down here. Maybe Fnatic, especially after the group stage that they had, they were showing some rough games, but then they also started bringing it back. This is going to be a bit of a doozy. I don't really know what I'm expecting here. After seeing Liquid as well, some of the group stage games, they were shaky. I'm pretty excited for this one.
Blitz, do you feel the same? Do you think that both of these teams have had their shaky moments in the group stage?
Yeah, I feel like Fnatic, after they 2-0'd EG, a lot of people were really hot on them. And it just turned out during that that time period, EG was just garbage. But they've gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to rate that win anymore.
So do you still hold to your previous prediction? You said you started off the group stage and you told me Team Liquid, top 4 team or bottom 4 team? There is no middle ground.
There is no middle ground.
Is this the bottom 4 or are they just going to make the run through the lower bracket?
Who knows? I think if they win this game, they'll find the confidence and they'll figure it out. That's what I meant by it. Or they just bust here. I don't think that they're going to get middle of the pack. I feel like they're either going to discover a concept here, it's going to get them rolling, and maybe they finish top 4, or this is it. They haven't figured it out whatsoever. None of their losses were a fluke. I mean, it's just a weird position for them to be in, considering they got second at the major, the most recent major. It looked like they were coming on really strong. It felt like Weehaw sort of revitalized them. And now I have no idea where they could end up.
And then on the other side, I mean, just think about Fnatic's position. You're in a best-of-1, and you actually have to match up against Team Liquid. But they're also a team that has a ton of star power. That they can actually win this best-of-1. How far away are they from being actually the favorites against a Team Liquid that has been on shaky ground?
I don't think they're very far at all, honestly. I think that Fnatic's a bit of a weird team for me lately, just because they just recently switched up, right? So I feel like it's still weird to be looking at them playing like this when they're. Yeah, it's just different. Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange for me just because of their dynamic has changed so much with Jabs now playing like the carry and everything. Even though I know we've seen them so much in group stages, I don't know. It's just a bit of a weird one for me. So I think they can, but I think it's still going to be really difficult breaking into Liquid because overall, like they have these like their pedigree, right? Just the pedigree of these players is that much more above than Fnatic.
Yeah. And it has to say something about the confidence level that you have in your team to be able to have this kind of like role switch, right? Like it says you're not really happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, for sure. What's really weird is that I feel like both teams are pretty similar in the sense that I feel like these are both the most boom or bust teams in the tournament. And the scary part is once you start off in the lower bracket, it's not good to be a boom or bust team. All it takes is one bad day.
And the way Fnatic ended, right? That was the last game that they had. Their fate was definitely in their own hands. They were breaking high ground. Their game was looking great versus VP, right? And then something just happened. Something broke them. So I'm hoping, for their sake, that does not transition into any of this. I don't know what kind of problems they had. I saw a couple of them. They were pretty down after losing that one because that was their big decider. So see if they can bounce back. And Liquid, some of the games, like I said, they have moments of brilliance and they have moments of high weakness. I saw Miracle bleed more than ever in these group stages. He was jumping in and kind of just dying a lot of the times in these games.
Yeah.
So
at TI, what I think really stabilizes a team is knowing that you have a star player that can carry you out of those bad situations. You have it in the back of your mind and it's in your back pocket. We have Miracle. Eventually he will carry us through a few of these games. And we haven't really seen that from Miracle. This is probably...
Fnatic's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick.
Elder Titan.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick. Dire team, pick.
Gyrocopter!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
The sack.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick. Dire team, pick.
Tide Hunter.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, pick.
Enigma.
Dire team, pick.
Shadow Shaman.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team, ban.
Timber Saw!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team, pick. Radiant team, pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero, my good friend. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Thank you so much, Nahaz. A lot of tempo controlling, a lot of records going on. And at the end of the day, it's all coming down to this. A best of one. Who is going to move on? Who's getting knocked out?
I needed the numbers. I haven't got them yet. I'm feeling it. Well, I think the draft seemed to almost be settling there onto a Fnatic.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I would consider that a bit of an upset. I feel like a lot of people started taking Liquid and putting them pretty high up there in those predictions near the end of the tournament.
I mean, how
there.
could you not? You've got like the story captain, you've got the new player that comes in, you know, he's bringing a fresh new style. Easing at the last majors, but they are coming up against the wall here after a disappointing group stage performance. We'll see if they can take down Fnatic, and also if Fnatic have something to say about themselves. Yeah. It's gonna be hype one. What else can we say? We got a black hole, we got a Ravage going on.
Yeah.
Be stuff. Ladies and gentlemen.
Lots of team fight, but we might not see it for a little while. We do have a laning stage to get through, and depending on how well that goes for Liquid, perhaps those team fights don't ever materialize for Fnatic, because they got the spells, as you were saying. They got themselves the big black hole, they got the Elder Titan setup, they got themselves the boat. I guess both teams are really pretty flush in AoE damage here.
And, you know, not just the AoE damage, it was something that Fog mentioned on the draft panel as well, that rum buff. I think that there was a couple of games last year when we saw the Necrophos, kind of a soft counter having that Kunkka there afterwards, because you get all that damage mitigation right up front, which means you sometimes won't be able to get the kill with the Necro ulti.
Yeah, very true. A lot of sustain, though, overall on the side of Liquid, right? You always, you know, we talk about these cheesy and cheeky things you can do with the IO. Speaking of cheeky, Ice, yeah, it's looking for that last win. Jeez, that guy just never stops. But we've talked about damage reduction before with the IO, and now you kind of have this double heal thing going on, right? The Necrophos and the IO, a bit of a classic, so either through popping the Greaves or just by using the Death Pulse itself, you're going to be healing yourself. You're going to heal the IO. You're going to heal the guy who IO is playing with, and then you're going to get the heal amplification as well from the IO to that same person. So this gyrocopter is going to gain like 700 HP.
That's going to be a lot of HP, man. Not going to lie. That sounds terrifying to play against. The flip side of that, though, of course, is that you do have the nice lockdown as well as ridiculous burst damage that Timbersaw brings. Granted, in a little bit of an AoE, sometimes can be lacking when you need to bring down that one particular target. But that's what the rest of the heroes are there for. So Fnatic going to look like they get a little bit of an easier lane for Ice, as DJ will deny out the range creep coming in.
Yeah, if it wasn't easy enough already, right? Getting a matchup versus the Tidehunter. I don't know if we were going to get like musical lanes going on here, how much the team's going to carry about it, and how much can the Shadow Shaman do here? Because we know the guy's got a mean right click. Kuro even starting with the Fairy Fire to try and bob it up a little bit higher, and trying to get those Eidolons. Oh, DJ with the micro. I hear this guy has a very good Enigma.
It's true. He is a monster, and we'll have to keep our eyes on him. Abed already getting the first range creep tonight. Nicely played there against Weeha. As we said, those Eidolons die in the bottom lane, and up top, the other one we haven't talked about, Jabs playing on the Leshrac, a hero that has really run the gamut as far as positional play goes. He's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, and something that he's comfortable with, I guess, and well, speaking of being everywhere, so is Jabs, right? I mean, the guy's played mid, the guy outplayed position 1, and the guy was just playing support, so Leshrac, a hero that fits into all those categories. I would hope that he's going to be well-versed in it.
Yeah. And you can expect that that's going to be the case. A little CS there for Mr. Kuro. Gets the last hit on the other one as well. Always nice as a support if you can pick some of that up early on. But like you mentioned, something that could become an issue as this goes on is the Timbersaw against the Tidehunter. This hero so often thought of as the counter for those just melee strength cores. Bring down the HP, and you can see he's just getting chunked a little bit.
And the problem is, I don't think they have a kill opportunity before level 3. Once you hit level 3, you get the second point into the reactive armor. Times get pretty tough versus the old Timber, and the Enigma constantly going to be pulling that lane back if he wants to, or just gaining a ton of gold for himself and fully focusing on his farm like DJ is right now, getting some camps finished out, making sure they respawn, and even helping to control the runes there.
As we can see, the illusion rune spawning down bottom, and moving over to that spot already is going to be DJ.
Mind Control's got a plan. He says, you know what, I just won't lane.
I love it. That's great.
This is pretty much what you have to do, right? He's already got the Kraken shell. Unfortunately, you know, he's got himself a stout shield, so maybe not helping him too much right now, but he's just going to dodge the Timber and say, come get me if you want me, and Enigma doesn't want to deal with him. He's gone into the Radiant Jungle, which is also spotted right now by that ward. So this is a pretty great solution right now as long as Kuro doesn't feed.
Okay, so Kuro hangs down bottom, tries to mess with the last hits of Ice Ice Ice. This was a constant hero that we would see do this as well.
Yes.
The Shadow Shaman when it was Darkseer that was making this exact same play.
Yeah, he's got the big base damage. So currently at 80, he already has 4 denies.
Very, very nice. Can maybe get a couple of pulls off here as well. So this lane looking like it's probably going to be a wash with every now and then Ice 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 maybe losing out on a couple of creeps. We'll see if anybody rotates over from Fnatic to try and disrupt this. But
oh, he's getting close. They better move back one more. All the way back to the tier 3. And you can't blame him. This is exactly what he's got to do. Mind control. Figuring it out.
Now, Weehaw gonna eat a stun as well as a couple of tower shots there, but couldn't get the Tidebringer punch off to him either. And so far, so good. You look at Liquid across all the lanes, they're kind of winning it out, but the big wrinkle that's thrown into that is that, of course, DJ on the Enigma constantly farming.
Yeah, he is making his move now towards the mid lane as well. Just gonna give a little high five to Weehaw as he passes through. Hopefully not to any farm here. Well, maybe more than a high five.
Well, he's gonna get out of there. Misses a couple of Eidolons. And Mind Control just keeping on farming. Already level 4 now. Haven't really talked that much about top lane as of yet. And it is still that Gyrocopter against the Lesh. And Gyro getting a little bit better of him so far, but not by a significant margin.
No, pretty much even up here. It looks like Fnatic just don't really have a solution. You can say it kind of comes down to what Ice 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 can do, right? Because they are trading essentially equally. Ice Ice Ice, he's going in for the third camp, but at the same time, he's also getting denied occasionally from Kuro. So, depending, Kuro just really wants these denies. He should come out on top, right, as the Timbersaw. And then you'd also think that the Timbersaw is going to be the hero that's going to be able to better, push that net worth onto the enemy team.
Goes for the very risky courier move.
This is the hardest working courier you're ever going to see at 4 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to send it around the back way.
He's getting the air miles.
That's true. Oh, look out now. Top lane, Jab's already under fire. Gyrocopter trying to bring him down, but Miracle not quite able to get that kill. And it's going to be a salve up and the back away. Again, a very passive laning stage so far. Hobbit does need to be a little bit careful. He's going to salve up since we had just got level 6. Bounty runes trading off. Looks like it is 2 apiece.
Yeah, just enough to get GH's bottle now, too. So if this lane was even before, you can see Miracle's already starting to pull away. Shouldn't be the case now. Should give a pretty significant advantage to them. Oh, I see a line drawn here from Dubu saying, go get this guy. Directly at the Tidehunter.
I mean, Mind Control's just doing whatever the heck he wants, right? Like, this guy is just happy as a clam, hanging down in the bottom lane.
This is way better than people jungling. Like, this is significantly better. It's way more gold.
All right, everybody is going to start doing this in pubs, and I'm perfectly fine with that.
It is very frustrating, though, because how do you, what do you do?
No.
If you just waste your own time to do it, let's say you even kill the guy, he's not even worth that much necessarily, and he's just going to TP back and probably do it again. Yeah. Or he'll have messed up the lane enough that life's good. But here we go. Haste rune, that's a good way to deal with it.
Oh, that's a lot of Eidolons that are coming close to going down, but Abed pulls back in the Tidehunter. The lower matchup is alive and well at this point as they will find that kill onto... What? Okay. He misses the chain, but he gets the kill. Ice 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 takes him down. But in the meantime, it's a lot of pressure on that tier 1 tower bottom.
Yeah, and finally a first blood. 6 minutes. That's one of the latest ones I've seen.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a problem as Kuro made the rotation. They didn't quite spot it out, and the stomp is going to come a bit too late. So they find a kill now onto Jabs on that Lesh, and going to get the pressure onto the tower afterwards.
Yeah, evening things up here. They also have that catapult with them. I don't think they want to give this one up. Knowing that the Timber doesn't want to make that rotation, what can the Leshrac do? Can he come back into this?
He's thinking about
Jabs,
it.
He's not sure. He's just sitting at his base.
Well, he's going to come back now, and they do have the missile onto the Elder Titan. Not a chance for a stomp as of yet, but it looks like the catapult is eventually going to get denied, actually. So, yeah, tons of damage onto that tier 1 tower top, and not really that much to show for it. If they're not careful, they might end up going down. Trying to get the D-ward here.
That's nice. Fresh ward. Jeez. Dude, just walked in the curl.
He's got back out afterwards. Yeah, in the meantime, Ice is going to get the pressure down bottom, so see if they can trade off these tier 1 towers 1 apiece, although there's a rotation coming in now. It's Weehaw moving down to the bottom. The wraparound coming from Mind Control as well. Does have Ravage available, but it doesn't look like they can really commit for it fully. Top tower goes down. GH getting the last hit on. They're actually going on him now. Looking for the stomp. Is not quite going to connect. And Abed looking for the X play afterwards, but doesn't have that many points. Got on the side. They find themselves one. Dubu chasing out Girl, but they're trying to kill off Miracle, and it looks like they will be able to pull him back in, take him down, and GH the one who gets away.
Another solid rotation there from Abed will actually get the kill this time. Ice isn't there to snag it away from him. And that's the hero you want, right? Slow down the Gyrocopter. Of course, Weehaw is getting a little rich down bottom as he's tagging with Ice and DJ, perhaps looking for a scythe on that tantalizing Enigma. But they're going to bring down Jabs here too. So 2 cores here versus the Weehaw Necrophos.
You do have to be careful though. Dive like this, a position where you might get caught and killed. It's going to be a quick one for Weehaw most likely as he does go down. Very nice rotation.
No Ghost Shroud to abuse. Also didn't even have that many wand charges in the first place. So now I believe we're going to get a trade here because it's going to be very difficult to try and defend this one for Liquid.
Yeah, it's just sort of the Timbersaw thing, right? Timber chain forward from Ice, forces them back, take control of the jungle. Again, easy peasy for Fnatic. And it's sort of still bringing up that question of like, is there one side that you're a little bit more? I mean, you just got the Midas on the Enigma.
I do like that. I also think that both teams have their supports in the mid lane right now. Just kind of trying to get to that level 6 a little bit quicker than the tomes will give you. See if you can get some lane XP while your friends are jungling. You see Abed's up in the dire jungle, just going through some creeps, waiting for the wave to push in. And Miracle also kind of doing the same here to give some space to their support. Something that Liquid has always done in the past to try and enable these greedier position 5s.
Definitely. Much needed. Abed gonna get his dance move on. So he heads off into the jungle to get some more farm. And as you said, need to get that level 6 on Curl. One of the downsides of having that Tidehunter off to the side and then just denying is he doesn't get any experience in lane. So it's naturally going to be lower than pretty much everybody else in the game at this point. But meanwhile, Liquid is a little bit fanciful here with Ice. Steals away the medium camp. They're literally just like jostling for position over who gets to farm off the jungle.
Well, it was a point that was mentioned as well during the draft was, you know, where's the catch? What are the stuns here from Liquid? And suddenly this the Enigma comes out. They don't really address it right away with the support with the BKB piercing. They wind up going back for the Reaper Scythe, trying to have something to deal with it. And then just general like low cooldown stuns even to try and handle this Timbersaw. There's not a whole lot to go off of.
No, you really need that Shadow Shaman, but as we've mentioned, it doesn't have the levels to do it as of yet, and certainly doesn't have the farm.
He does get great cast range later on, though. That is one thing that the hero is pretty good at. If the Timbersaw isn't very careful when he's going through these team fights, like just anywhere close, you can get shackled or hexed.
Yeah, you can see DJ there just adjusting his microphone. Should be ready to get back going again. You see the go call from Abed. Let's get this game underway. Let's play some Dota. Not us.
No,
them.
That would not be great.
10-minute mark, runes coming up. Dubu trying to secure this bounty rune off to the side, but should be easily gotten off there, and Fnatic gonna pick up 3.
Yeah, looks that way.
Down bottom, they're all rotating.
Black hole if they want it.
He's in some trouble. Malefus down, looking for some body blocks, jabbed with the haste rune, and they might not even need it. Although he's healed back up to full, and they're just going to drop the black hole right onto his head. Mind control trying to move into the Ravage. Is it going to be enough? Weehaw able to get the Reaper Scythe off in time. It doesn't find the kill, but it comes at the cost of his own life. And now, can they pick up jabs? This is a huge kill for them, and Liquid able to make it happen with the rotation.
Reinforcements arrive. Ice wasn't even that scared. He still kept hitting creeps. The missile will send him running, though.
Radiant's structures are
it turns out being a 2-for-1 there overall as they return back to Dubu.
He's in a little bit of a bad spot. Can they bring him down? And TP does not finish. And GH is the one of all people to get the kill, and now dropping down the wards. There's kills happening all over the freaking place. Abed trying to get the ghost off. Can they get away in time? Doesn't look like it's quick. And having stick charge as well. Bottling up to try and run away. The slowdown coming. Abed's actually making it out of there in time. Ice trying to play interrupt as well. Throwing a couple more flat cannon shots, and now Ice is the one in trouble. He goes down as well. 1 by 1, save your buddy syndrome. That's not the way to do it.
The one thing you don't want versus Liquid is these long long, drawn-out fights when the Necros is around, too, just like dragging them under the tower. Sure, pop a Death Pulse, keep things going. I got an IO, keeping me nice and healed, and the only reason Abed gets out of there is because Kuro low levels in the Hex and the Shackles, so he manages to survive, but they do have pretty good movement speed right now to keep up with that Timber Saw.
And so often we talk about the importance of taking down that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, opening up the rest of the map, and really actually shutting it down for Fnatic. But a big win there to find a couple quick kills for Team Liquid. In the meantime, it does look like Ice is going to try and clear through the Ancient stack that was built up. That's probably one of the only ways that this could go really tragic for Fnatic at this point, was if that stack got stolen away. But it will be able to finish off his hood.
Yeah, aside from that, things are still relatively even across the board right now. Not a real like standout Timbersaw game in terms of like he's not setting the entire pace of things. It does hurt when you have a death like that, but he tends to that hood. Especially Abed himself is one of the better Timbersaw players at abusing that, right? Where he can just go for this hood super early on and start planting himself in front of the tier 3s, much like Mind Control was.
Absolutely.
Bottom tower is
Vision currently very lax for both teams. I see some wards kind of planted down defensively for Liquid. Keep an eye on their own neutrals and potentially stacks as well. But they're flying a little blind up top there. No radar around, so dangerous stuff near Fnatic.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and obviously you can kind of get an idea of where people are at just based upon where you're moving and whether you see people there or not, where the lanes are pushed out. But always a little bit more comfortable if you can get the vision down. Drums finished off now for the gyrocopter. As we hit this 13-minute mark, Timbersaw still the one who's sort of leading the net worth table. And I think the big hero that's kind of fallen behind has been Jabs on that Leshrac. He feels like he's kind of changing his importance and role right now. It doesn't really feel like a position 1.
No, I would agree with that. They do need him for the tower push and everything, but a lot of that damage that you take out of that traditional 1 role is going to be helped out here from the Enigma.
You can see the lane comparisons here. IO Gyro making a lot happen. A lot of that after that last rotation and continued team fight that they had.
Well, they're trying to catch Kuro down here. As a TP.
Trying to run. Jabs moving in. Can they get there in time? No, they spotted him. But they turned back around at the last second. So
they had
Kuro
the Yules
got away with
too. I really thought they were going to grab him on that one. But yeah, couldn't quite get that vision at the right moment for themselves. Now the Liquid are going to try their luck here. Ice is on the run, but he's got vision and observer ward, so very unlikely to get caught. He doesn't see the Invis rune on a Shadow Shaman though, so that will turn things perhaps into Liquid's favor. Ice playing it very safe, however.
Very much so. And in the meantime, while the pressure is coming from Liquid up in the top lane.
Now this is what Lesh does.
Down bottom, Lesh doing what he does.
Yeah, definitely. May not be a 1 in some of the more traditional senses, but he pushes towers like no other at this point in the game. They really want this Blink Dagger on DJ before they want to take these fights, because sure, they went for the Necropost as a way to cancel like the Blink Dagger and the BKB, but I mean, first off, before the BKB even, you saw they needed to Ravage to cancel. It's still going to be difficult sometimes for Kuro to get the proper spacing for it too. So once the BKB's there, he's just going to black hole Weehaw every time.
Right.
And then they don't have an answer.
I mean, that's really the problem in this game. It feels like you need to be playing around the vision of Liquid and not giving an opening there onto Weehaw. Because otherwise you're just going to die in the duration of it.
You talk about stealing stacks though, and Weehaw is after it right now. Just got like 4 camps here, all found out, getting those Sadis procs going.
So meanwhile, towards mid, they were kind of eyeing it up, Fnatic. Jabs was doing the little hide in the trees, get some damage onto the tier 1 play. But meantime, it's a smoke up coming from Liquid at GH, as well as Miracle, looking for an opening, and they are going to break now. So they realize DJ's in the area, going to get the missile onto him. Does it break the TP in time, though? It's not quite going to get there in time.
Yeah, TPs are broken in this game right now. For Fnatic.
Get a Yules.
Very busted. Gonna be getting quite a few of those off themselves. Now we have the Hood and the Vanguard done for Ice. This guy is itching to see some enemy heroes.
And I feel like this is sort of a testament to the type of game that we've got going on right now in Dota. In the best of ones.
Look at this.
Oh.
Smoked up away from the Timbersaw here. So you've got him tangling with Weehaw up top. Probably not expecting a smoke here.
They got him. They got Miracle, but the turnaround Ravage is there. On it too. Is it going to be enough damage? It looks like already Jabs needing to run away. Abed also is already away from there, and the 4-person stomp, that might be enough to get them out. Shackles are going to land onto the Elder Titan, and with that, Liquid pick up one, but I feel like Fnatic have to feel lucky getting out of that with only one dead.
And there's one problem with that strategy, and that's that Ice can't cancel the TP. So Weehaw does also just leave right in front of his face to ensure that nothing will go wrong in that bottom fight. Great Ravage there, by the way. A little bit of an unorthodox build, I would say, from Tidehunters these days to just go like Medallion Blink, right? A Blink this early on the hero, you tend to want more auras and everything, but this also comes back to that idea of just pretty poor catch here, trying to ensure that DJ doesn't take over this game early, and not even worrying so much about the BKBs, just saying, listen, we don't want to get like Black Holed early, we lose 2 heroes, and suddenly we've lost like 3 towers.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was sort of trying to talk about before the last fight broke out, and now there's going to be a fight breakout, so I won't be able to talk about it now either. But the big thing is it feels like oftentimes these best of ones, you end up playing a little bit more passive, waiting until you get that first item, that like no rush 15 minutes or so that end up coming out. As they do run into Kuro, and this is looking like a very dead Shadow Shaman as the stun lands. Miracle moving into position. Are they going to try and fight this? TJ's here as well. Gotta be careful. The Black Hole laid down onto both of them with the bolt coming out as well. GH not able to heal him up through that, and Jabs getting the walkaway. Wards are still down, but Abed chasing, can't find the Torrent. Meanwhile, Reaper Scythe kills off Jabs, and the Lesh does finally go down, and Abed also in a little bit of trouble. If Mind Control could run him down there, doesn't want to go uphill.
It feels like Ice is just having a hard time getting involved in these engagements, though.
Yeah.
Maybe he's getting stuck off the side with, I mean, he had 500 damage in that last team fight. Like, you need him carrying right now. This guy's your highest net worth.
Your Admiral is on board.
Well, and much more being involved in getting those defensive items, it feels like. And it is very valuable, you know, picking up the pipe. It's a lot of AoE magical damage and a little bit of physical thrown in there from Liquid. If you get all of those team fight items, there's going to be a huge window here for Fnatic to try and really put the pressure on Liquid.
Yeah, it just feels like a Timbersaw who's this far ahead. You would hope that he's definitely having a good lane impact, right? He's helping to push these side lanes a lot, and it is hard for them to shut him down, so you can play very aggressively, but he hasn't really been able to help like dominate the game like you would hope a Timbersaw does when he's so far ahead.
True enough. Well, 1,000 gold lead right now for Fnatic. So we get closer to the 20-minute mark.
And closer to the Aghanim Scepter on Miracle, where that's where any sort of lead for Fnatic is going to start dwindling away towards the side of Liquid. And you don't really have the same farming mechanism coming out on the side of Fnatic. We don't have that like double bracer into the Radiance build from the Kunkka, nor do we want it, because I think this is a very fast lineup we're trying to play. He's going straight for the BKB after that Spirit Vessel. So kind of helping to negate this healing.
A very unique build going for the Spirit Vessel first, but it's just is a testament to how important that item is against this draft, whether it's the Necrophos, you know, or the IO or whoever.
I do think, though, that they're looking like they might have some damage issues if Liquid can get over this hump, because you have Weehaw going for potentially the Radiance. He saved up a lot of gold. He isn't committed yet, but it's looking likely. And then you're going to have the Gyrocopter, the Aghanims. He's going to start getting to more and more items after that. And if you've gone for the Spirit Vessel BKB build, Abed's going to have to wait for like a day list sort of thing, and he's not going to be farming that fast because he's committed so much into fighting items that if Liquid can just dodge and try and build themselves up, then I think the hump past like 30, 35, 40 minutes, depending on how these tower pushes go, looks very good for Team Liquid.
And as we see the 20-minute mark come and go, the bounty runes will be traded off yet again. This time it's Fnatic picking up 3 to the 1 of Team Liquid, with Abed also finding a little invis room, throwing his bottle. Tons of sentries all across the map. You can just see him dotted here and there. And it's still just feeling like it's one of those games where neither side wants to put a foot forward or out of place.
I don't blame Liquid. Liquid are farming up a Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
I do think Fnatic are probably, you know, a little itching here. Like, how is there's still a tier 1 mid and a tier 2 or a tier 1 top with a 10k net worth Timbersaw? To me, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
I don't see that as okay. They did get the tier 2 bottom, sure. They helped push in there, and it has positioned Liquid much more north on this map, which is all very good. But I feel like maybe Fnatic could have more.
Yeah. Well, and maybe going to try and make that move soon. Their lead does continue to grow as they farm up the other side of the jungle, and as you said, keeping Liquid just stuck in this one particular area.
Oh man, he's got so many islands. Whew.
That was beautiful. Yeah. Aghanim Scepter done for the Gyrocopter. His farm will continue to accelerate.
They want ice in the mid lane here. They have the Sight, they have the Ravage.
Gotta be careful. 20 stacks right now of reactive armor, but Mind Control is there. They're taking it all the way with Solar Crest, and the relocate comes in afterwards. This guy is going down.
That's a problem. That's a pinata popping right there. That's going to go right to Weehaw. He's now top of the net worth. And you can't be that alone. You know, despite how tanky are the Timbersaw, that is one beautiful thing about the Necrophos.
Yeah.
Right? It is always going to cut that effective HP by a significant margin.
Well, and it's so interesting too, because oftentimes the split push coming in.
This is very good. This is the power of taking that tier 2 bottom. Sure, they didn't get the top stuff, but this helps you control Roche as the Dire team. Threatening a push into the bottom lane like this gives you information that they have to leave the Roche pit.
And now finishing off Crimson Guard as well as a BKB on the Lesh. Maybe this is that timing that Fnatic were looking for, where they want to try and just control the whole map and maybe even start to take some solid fights. So we got double BKBs, all the survivability items for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, that timing is coming very soon for Fnatic, right? They want to make the most out of this Timbersaw, but he's going to get a lot of help. He's starting to be caught up by his allies, which is exactly what you want at this point, right? Timbersaw doesn't need to keep accelerating that much further, but you're getting to a point where all of these heroes need to connect, make use of their quad net worth and triple BKB options here, and take everything that's left here and deny it all away from Miracle.
Much needed as they pressure through towards mid. Somewhat grouped up again. Maybe go for a smoke play here, possibly.
Yeah, 150 GPM is a lot at this point, 23 minutes in, and you see that recipe in your backpack, and you're like, oh, thank you. Like, I need every little bit I can get. Unfortunately for them, though, they won't find a fight before the Radiance is complete. This Necrophos has not given himself anything new for 4,000 gold plus. And now he's a whole new beast. He's going to be farming a lot faster. He's going to be doing much more damage in the team fights.
Yeah.
And helping to effectively remove a little bit of damage from opponents here. No really super strong right clickers to have to worry about, though. So it's not so much a defensive Radiance in this game, or not offering any value in that regard.
Weehaw is just on another level. He's like body blocking the range creep. That creep wave was so far away.
It creates a potential possible situation for a gank, right?
Yeah, that's true, I guess.
The closer it is to your side, the better things look. Meanwhile,
Speaking of a game, up top.
Oh, that was a BKB. No! You don't get to use that one.
To kill off that Leshrac.
Kuro doesn't even have Aether. And he caught him daytime. Caught him sleeping on the Leshrac.
X though, back towards mid. One Radiance. What it is that it is not a BKB and they've got control, but the Earth Splitter coming through. The Ravage as well. DJ Black Coin, but is it enough? It's not looking like it. They do end up still not having that Lesh. X though onto GH, pulling him back in. Can they find any extra kills? ICS's trying to escape.
Got him again
in the middle of that Timber Chain. This guy is not going anywhere. ICS's tries to run. Can they kill him off afterwards?
Oh, it stopped too.
Miracle still chasing, looking for that follow-up. The Torrent, it's going to be there. ICS's gets to the high ground. This guy's actually getting away with crazy.
The team play there coming up. First, he gets shackled mid-chain, then he gets hexed. He needed everything he could from the man who is his own idol. Dubu comes through with the double saves. Look at that damage, though, from Miracle. He is a scary guy already. 3,000 in that last team fight. And DJ was the one who picked up all the gold, about 400 for himself. So that first black hole with the BKB, it does land onto the Necrophos. But you hear it. Liquid head into the pit. Not having to worry about the black hole, though not having the Ravage as well. Oh, and Miracle, he's flexing. That's why.
Mass BKBs. Now, so many right now across all the heroes. And these team fights feel like they're about to get a little bit weird.
Yep, time to start baiting BKBs out. Who's got it, who doesn't? There we go.
Jump in, Mind Control already on top of him. ICS's taking a lot of damage, but very maneuverable. The stun is going to connect. The boat's already gone out, but the BKB means it will not connect. And this time, ICS's does not get away. A 3-person stomp doesn't look like there's any follow-up, though.
Came just a hair too late for the save, and I don't think you're going to see the contest here.
So Roche going down. Dubu.
Burrow's crazy.
Doing what he can. He spots him out now, and the Hex, does it go out in time? They don't quit the range.
Gotta play it quite safe here.
But that stomp will land, and while he slept, he might actually kill off Roche. So Roche is going to go down. Miracle picking up the Aegis.
Oh, Fnatic, that very good timing for them is slipping away quite quickly. They need to find some sort of like a quick pick onto the Aegis, ideally without the black hole, right?
Yeah.
I mean, saw it last game with Alliance and RNG. The ultimate counter to these big cooldowns is the buyback, but you know what's even better? The free buyback that brings you right back in the action of the Aegis.
Or just kill everybody. You know, that's the other option.
Yeah, okay.
This game's gotten all crazy to me, man. I don't know how I feel about it, because you've got still this like quad core thing going on from Fnatic, but the 3 cores from Liquid just feel like they're that much stronger, and you've got that accentuation of strength coming from the IO as well.
But you got the fear of the IO too, right? Like nowhere is safe on the map. You never know.
That is a face that inspires a lot of fear.
We might as well just put that as an IO Arcana. I just want his floating face. That would be great.
Oh, that's a possibility.
ISSA is going to come down here. Maybe try to bait things out here. Set it up for Abba and DJ. He's got the Blink. He's got the BKB. And Miracle, he's just saying, come on. I got the Aegis. Give me the black hole.
They saw the Spirit coming back to Dubu over on the side. There's going to be the Torrent, the follow-up coming afterwards from GH.
Jabs is trying a wrap around.
Looking for that combo. They already have the BKB out from the Leshrac as they continue to follow down GH as well as Miracle. If they can kill off the IO, be good, but the relocate comes in. Last second, black hole up to the north of the boat landing on top of it as well. Is it enough damage? No! The Ravage comes out onto 4. They're going to call them all out. Now BKB, he's still living. The turnaround comes as DJ is there with the black hole. The shackles onto Ice on the side means there's not enough damage to throw in afterwards, though. Ice if he can find the secondary kill here onto Miracle, there's going to be the X. They have nothing else to throw.
DJ just TB'd out. He's like, okay, we got it. We got a couple kills. We got the Aegis. Get out. Retreat. And sounds the horn, and his allies just that. I want to call that a pretty nice win there for Fnatic right at the end. They made that fight so chaotic, so many angles coming through. You got Jabs running up the stairs. He's hanging with Weehaw right there by where the wards are planted. He's popping his BKB. BKB's galore, and the team fight recap. It was indeed incredibly messy.
Yeah. Well, and that's what happens when you get into these situations where, you know, everybody's mobile. There's not a lot of like low cooldown control, as we can see this team fight or
DJ
here.
right there too. He gets hit by the Ravage, but he's just wait, right? Coming back in there, perfectly in there, just to help clean up that last little bit of a double kill and then into the Aegis.
Very, very well played indeed. And now back to live. We still see about the same network disparity that we had before.
Gonna run into DJ. Oh, did they see each other? Wow, that was close. Okay, yep. Just, you know, we cool. Just pretend you farm, I farm, it's fine.
Don't tell anybody I'm down here. I don't want to be here anymore. So yeah.
He's scanning his way through here. He doesn't have any obs. Girl's just on a mission.
This guy's crazy.
Shaman with a good split pushing hero, and of course also one of these heroes that can set up for IO relocates. Like the Bane is the traditional one, and the one that you tend to think of. But they went for the Shadow Shaman instead this game.
Yeah, and you can see DJ doing the smart play, hiding off in the trees, knowing that that's where Kuro might be looking.
He's got that cat's talent now too, so he might be thinking about picking up that Aether lens as soon as he can. It's a tough call between the Aether and the Blink in some games.
There's a couple cool little plays you can do by just dropping wards down in the trees, and then it fills up all the areas, and then you just spot the Enigma.
Yep.
But obviously a high risk, high reward type of play. Zabed thinking about throwing out that Torrent. And mind control, Jason, they'll secure some bounty runes. Relocate in. They're going crazy. Dubu already down, and Ice just out of there.
Another bailout situation here from Fnatic, but they're keeping the gap close. They're not letting this Aghanim's Gyrocopter get away from them, which I think is a little bit surprising. Probably speaks to just really DJ, right? I mean, the fact he's got the GPM talent, he's got the Midas, that's what's keeping this net worth close. Perhaps
right at a moment's notice, and I would like to point out
reveals. And
yeah, they see him. The rest of his team is so far away.
Oh, he's going right towards them.
They move in. Does have that look absorbed for the moment. Chase trying to get away. He misses his chains. Oh, Ice Sides. He's in trouble. He's going to get Hex. He's going to get Reapered. And he's going to go down. And the turnaround coming, though. Fnatic, they really want to take this fight. This is bold brass. They want to find this big black hole play, but they don't have their Timbersaw. He's dead for 100 seconds. Jabs goes forward. Weehaw. He already has his BKB. This is looking a little bit testy right now, Dubu.
DJ's
going for his Omen. They've already got the sword rewards down as well. Jabs, super low. He's just dead. The Fnatic, they're in a terrible position. They managed to find DJ as well. He goes down. Fnatic, a death is not an initiation. As they find themselves another 4 dead, and Miracle gets the triple.
I think they feel it's slipping away. And they have the same idea of like what the timings are. And I feel like they maybe capitalize on this. And Weehaw made that call. He just starts pinging. He sees the Enigma and mind control chips. Just like, if we ravage this guy, if we catch him in the tree line there, we win this team fight.
32 minutes in, only a 2,000 gold lead, but you look at these, no buybacks. They fully invested for that fight.
Oh, yeah, and Ice was so close. I mean, this guy was 80 gold away from a buyback. Potentially, one they might have needed, right, if they had any hope of winning that team fight.
Well, moving up towards the high ground. They don't have wards, but you can see Weehaw's willing to go up there without any creeps even. Liquid smelling fierce. Sort of seizing this moment as they move up towards the high ground.
They're not stopping.
They're going.
They want that full tier 3. DJ's going to put a little bit of a question mark on this, I would think. Are they really going to go for the racks?
This is crazy. I mean, they don't have the 20 more seconds, but they do have that double black hole, and you can see that Lesh is actually TPing up top already.
They're dancing back and forth a little bit here, but yes, indeed, they will commit, and a full lane will go to Liquid.
Well, that there was just that chance to take the fight, and you can see here, it was set up like they wanted to go for that DJ black hole, but mind control found him.
It is such a risky play too. Like, to try and take the Timbersaws down, but I can understand like they're trying to get them all clumped up. They think they see their moment. There's no sight, and this is right there as DJ just instantly right there, pinged, boom, got him guys, get in there. Yeah, see you later, Enigma.
It's so tough.